Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Charmed Persons.
Hello, hello, welcome.
What?
uh,
Hello?
I may have
Is
had
there
it
an
out.
echo in
hey,
here?
we had an avid fan. It's okay. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for watching. Hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving and that you're digesting well. It is December. It is the last month of 2021, and I don't believe the statement that I just said. So we're glad to have you here with us. We're glad to have a full session back. Glad to have Ian and JMO back with us. We're gonna go ahead and get started. But first, Angie, you want to give a little shout out real quick?
Yeah, so we have charmed a person
Heyo!
into giving us really cool t-shirts, and I'm wearing one today.
Go further up. Go further up.
Further up,
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
towards like
Yeah, there you
here.
go. Perfect. Perfect.
Good.
Yeah.
Got a couple. So shout out to Brian over at RPG and Co. That's
Nice.
AND. Check him out on Instagram. Check out his website, rpgandco.com. He's got a really cool shop. Holiday season's coming.
Yeah.
And he's just a really cool local Chicago guy doing great work. So
Hey,
thanks, Brian.
thank you, Brian. And I love the shirt. Rogues Do It in the Dark is a
Yeah.
factual statement. Well, yeah, thank you so much. And that definitely check that out. We have a Secret Santa coming up. So for those of you who haven't bought a gift yet, could go there. Even though I'm sure all of us have plenty of RPG stuff. So
always have more.
Always. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump right in to a recap of last week's session. So last we left off, the party had survived another dragon attack while in the city of Duskull. Motivated to slay the creature and save the city from any further harm, the party joined up with the Duskull chapter of the Grey Tip Vanguards, a mercenary hunting group that holds a good amount of influence in the south of Ara, and that Atticus has a troubled past with. This chapter was led by Mutt, the Goliath, and he and the rest of his crew greeted the Lake Peak Seven with respect and eagerness for new traveling companions. Well, most of them. As the party traveled, they had time to digest recent events. Rev Grayskin now found himself as a patron of a new entity. Ray found herself struggling with the emotions of feeling closer and closer with the group. Pharaoh revealed his struggle with his religious identity to the party and juggled with his feelings while missing Drigo all the while. Elburn was beginning to find himself, but still had difficulties assimilating with the new group. Atticus found himself disgusted with their new companions and used the opportunity to glean anything that he could of the group that broke up his family and exiled him from his home. Avra was slowly realizing that as far as Pildor or Xavier Sinex was concerned, she was one of the only party members who could meet him on his own battlefield, the others having to find other ways of challenging Pildor outside of arcane magic. Kelpie had just had the truth of her past thrust upon her by the bitchy husk of a woman that used to be her mother. And vulnerable and alone, a new companion introduced himself to Kelpie, a small boy named Sam. Slowly, Kelpie realizes that this boy is more than just a boy. Sam convinces Kelpie of the faults of adults and swept her away to the Feywild. The party saw through Sam's manipulations and expressed their worries, but Sam used these arguments and his lies to fuel Kelpie's confusion and her feelings of betrayal. He then convinced her to join him in the Feywild for an extended period of time. The party, discovering her absence but getting reassurance from Pharaoh's sending spells that she was at least alive, they continued toward the Grey Tip Mountains with Avra leaving behind notes letting Kelpie know where they were heading. As they traveled through the snowy landscape, each night began to meet a perilous end. First, Horace, the son of Hank, went missing. This caused an eruption of emotions and anger not only between the Grey Tip vanguards themselves, but between the Grey Tips and certain members of our party, escalating to the point of a duel between Mutt the Goliath and Elburn Proctor. Elburn quickly realized in a battle of pure strength he probably couldn't beat Mutt one-on-one, and so he put up his hands in defeat. The party took the time to have a healthy conversation that had been bubbling up under the surface for some time. Party members expressed their reasons of distrust, people defended or explained their actions, and the party gained a deeper understanding of certain party members. Ray and Elburn were both simultaneously dealing with the fact that they were once loners, now having feelings of care towards other people. Avra expressed her worries of Kelpie and of their focus on the mission as a whole. Atticus expressed his apologies and swore to never lie again. And as I said earlier, Pharaoh gave the party insight on his scar and his current relationship with an unknown deity. And so the caravan, after these conversations and the next day, continued traveling, doubling the watches at night. However, Elburn, while on the third watch, patrolling the perimeter of the camp, heard 2 gunshots fired and roused the party as he ran to find the source of the commotion. He found Dekar Sunstride, one of the Elvish twins, injured on the ground, and a large creature was running away from the attack. Elburn got a couple of shots off, but the creature disappeared behind a magical door. A bipedal creature, almost with a frog-type body, except much larger and more bulbous, with a large, expanding stomach and a huge head that was probably 85 to 90% mouth. The creature wore a red triangle medallion that both Elburn and Dekar had noticed. As the caravan settled down and checked on everyone, Ray informed the party of her dream or vision or whatever it was that caused her to see not only her past, where she was reminded that her mother was once a Greenleaf, but of a vision that she had of the current state of time, and where she saw Kelpie in the Feywild. And she explained all of this to the party and of her newfound connection with Kelpie along with her newfound abilities. We left off right after a familiar sight startled our party. Laying attached to the waist of Davis Sunstride, the female twin, was another medallion, a red triangle medallion. And that is where we left off. The sun has just started to rise in the distance of the forest, giving the world and the trees around you kind of like a light blue tint. The air billows out in front of you with each exhale. Mutt and the other Grey Tips, after making sure that Dekar was good to travel, started packing up the camp, because whether or not the choice was hunt or flee, that would be a useful thing to do. It is a brisk and cold morning. What would you like to do?
Should we? I tell everyone in the group about the medallion on Deva. Should we confront her? I mean, it's kind of fraught now.
I mean, I think we need to do something about it before tonight.
Definitely.
I'll say
I
nothing
also-
because apparently I cause problems.
That's the attitude to have, Elburn.
Good morning.
I
Good
leave.
morning to you, Elbert.
Are we?
Go get some coffee, man.
Are we-
Just go.
Sorry, real quick. I blanked for like 2 seconds. Are we around like a camp thing right now? Or are we in the bubble?
You're not in the bubble. You're in the like circle of the wagons, but you're not within earshot of anybody other than yourselves.
Yeah, straight up. I'm just like leaning against the wagon and just like called that out and just am like sitting here a little bit pouty and a little bit arrogant because he was like,
You want to go spar, Elbert? You want to blow off some steam?
yes.
Okay, just so you guys know, I do think we need to talk about Kelpie and what Ray has figured out. Do you want to do that before you leave, or do you want us to talk about that while you?
No, I would like to punch things first.
So you want us to wait?
I turn around, punch the wagon, and then turn right back around and just do this some more and just stare.
Have you tried talking instead of punching?
I'm gonna punch you if you don't stop talking.
What?
That punch is only gonna last about like 10 minutes, so we gotta work something out.
Like my
That
mouth
one
gets
punch.
super tight.
I
Ray,
mean, we
did-
can't do anything about Kelfie right now, right? None of us have the ability to.
You talk to her.
Yeah.
We can
It's a
talk
brand
to
new
her.
day.
And we need to be. It's a brand
It's
new
a
day,
brand
which
new
means
day. It's a
I
brand new
said that
day.
I was gonna prepare being able to talk to Kelfie myself. I haven't, but can we say that I did that last night?
Yeah, sure.
Oh my
You
God.
do it.
It's the
I think
start
you
of the
do it in the
day.
morning.
It's the start of the day.
It's
Yeah.
the start of the day.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Wizards do it in the day.
It's institute of the day.
Yeah.
Wizards
I mean,
do it as soon as they
Arrow,
wake up.
as soon as they wake up. I think I would like to reach out to Kelfie today, if you don't mind.
Yeah, no problem.
How far are we away from where our destination? How many
Like
more days of travel do we have?
3, maybe 4 days.
Okay. I said once we get 2 days out, I don't know if we should be using our spells to. I mean, I love Calfee, but we need to be prepared if that dragon, comes at
Yeah.
us.
Absolutely.
Or-
I'll just reach out to her the one time. Based on what Ray said, I think she might be in trouble. I think she might be
Yeah.
stuck there.
As all of you are talking there with one another, Ray notices it first. Behind the group, kind of towards the center of camp, there is a swirl of snow that starts, almost as if a very small tornado was in a single spot towards the middle of the camp. And it begins to spin faster and faster, this time making noise that causes enough commotion for pretty much everyone within earshot, including all of you, to turn and look as the snow begins to swirl and swirl. And after what sound, when it reaches the pinnacle of the height of the apex of this sound, getting louder and louder, it explodes outward in a plume of snow. And as the snow begins to fall, all of you see Kelfie standing there.
I would not waste a single second. I would run and grab her.
And she is holding a small puppy.
I don't care. I'll hug the puppy.
Slice the puppy out of her hands.
I skewer the puppy with my sword.
Oh.
I would like to, if it allows, just because I know what I know, can I try to very lovingly get my hands on the puppy,
How
be
does
like,
Ray
"Oh,
do that?
That more so depends on Kelfie.
because I had to, the last time we saw Kelfie, I was into the I was like doo with the
Mhm.
puppy, so I kind of want to I mean I'm Ray, so I don't know how casually I can act as if I am doing.
Yeah. So yeah,
I would like
this will
to
be
try.
this will be a combination of things. Go ahead and roll a deception check.
And Kelfie looks like a couple years older, right?
Yeah, immediately all of you, I will say that immediately all of you notice that the 12-year-old Kelfie that you are used to seeing is not what is in front of you. It is for sure Kelfie, undeniably so. But just as, any other humanoid species that has
She
this
has a
age
beard.
range,
Has a
that
beard.
has this age range, the physical differences between the ages of 12 and 15 are quite immense. And so you do see, I just meant
We're
that
gonna
they
have
look
to
very
talk,
different.
Yeah.
And so you do see that Kelfie looks to be around the age of a teenager, around 15. She's slightly taller. She's still a halfling, but she is slightly taller, has lost some of the baby fat in her face, and looks to be a little bit tanner as well, as if she has spent a lot of time outdoors, but in a sunny area, which is not something that you guys have been doing recently. And what was your deception roll?
It was a big old 7.
Big old 7. So,
So I'm like, beep, 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 beep.
so Kelpie, I will say, just with your natural insight, what you immediately gleam as you appear there is first the surprise on everybody's face from the fact that you look different. You also immediately kind of leave the stupor of the Feywild. And although your conversation with Athid was super, like that was the most clear moment for you in the Feywild, as I discussed, the stupor was still there. And as you kind of come out, it is kind of almost a sobering moment of clarity where everything, it feels like, you know, you haven't been to the eye doctor in a really long time and you put on that new prescription and it's just like,
my
wow,
God.
it just slaps you.
Mm-hmm.
And so you notice that. You notice the look of surprise on everyone's faces. You notice for the first time that, once again, although it is something you were aware of, it is, you like truly take in the fact that your body has changed. And you also notice that Avra is extremely happy to see you, and so is Pharaoh.
I feel like Abra probably was just holding her breath like the whole time Kelpie was gone and is probably just like sobbing, which you didn't even see her cry when her mom died. Really.
Yeah. So Pharaoh and Avra are currently hugging you. Avra's sobbing. So, you see Ray coming up to you, coming up to the puppy mainly, and you definitely get the vibe that she like wants to get that puppy away from you. Not necessarily, you don't necessarily know why, but you know her goal is to not just pet the puppy, but get the puppy away from you. And Sam is whimpering.
I, having seen, kind of being in that stupor of just like suddenly back in a place and like realizing all the realizations and also being very cold, I I think I would have a looser grip on Sam and at first be hesitant and know that he's hesitant, but also know that Avra is hugging me and like give Sam out of my hand so I could wrap both my arms around Avra
For sure.
and just hug her
Yeah.
super hard.
I've got Sam.
That puppy looks a lot like a cat.
And when you grab the puppy, Ray, it is a small brown lab puppy. And he looks up at you, and his ears are flat against his head, and his tail is tucked firmly between his hind legs. And he seems to be shaking.
Cool. I am going to. Would you? I'm just gonna like try again as best I can, maybe a little less obviously, to like soothe him and try maybe one more deception of like, no, like you're still a living creature. I love you.
Roll just roll a general animal handling check at advantage.
At advantage.
Yeah.
Plus.
Cutest puppy I'm ever gonna break its neck.
That sucked. 12.
The 12's good. 12's good. Yeah, I mean he's a puppy. So
Yeah.
he is. You're able to just like give him some pets, and he definitely is still like weary, but he's not like shaking of fear.
Okay. Cool.
Can I do a divine sense again?
For sure. Yeah.
It's celestial fiend or undead.
Thank you. Celestial fiend or undead. You get a ping of celestial from Rev, which is still something that is new to you. And but no fiend, no undead, no other celestial pings.
Okay.
I would just immediately like ask Kelpie if she's okay like 100 times and do that very like mom thing and like be checking her for injuries and like just making sure she's okay. Not super phased by the aging thing because Ray had told me so, but just making sure she's like okay.
She does look even older than what Ray described, though. I will say that. Ray saw her when she was about like just turning 14 or just below 14, and now she's like well within her 15th year.
Kelpie, are you okay? What happened? Where were you? I was so worried about you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was in the Feywild again, and it's it's really cold here. And I'm like in like very summer attire and like no shoes, so I'm like realizing that and kind of starting to shiver a little bit.
I would just immediately take my cape off and wrap it around you. Tie it.
You could have my armor.
I'd like swim in it. But yeah, I'm okay. There's a lot to catch up on. I clearly seem to have been gone a while, even though it didn't feel like a while. But I'm okay, and everything's fine. And I missed you guys, and I don't know what you guys are up to, and I want to fill you in on everything that happened. But also, I think I need a minute to get my feet here again because it's a lot to travel between there and here. So,
Yeah.
but I'm okay, and I'm sorry for making you worry.
Okay, well, we do have a couple more days to travel, so take your time, but I would like to talk.
Definitely. Yeah. Well, I don't want to hide anything from you guys. It's been for me a couple years, and coming back is a lot. So
Where's your friend?
he's with Ray. He's there.
It's the dog.
Yeah. I told you he's like my familiar. It was confirmed that he's like my Gidget, and kind of also like Elliot.
I start
Elburn, let's go
massaging
spar.
Elburn. I start massaging Elburn.
I'll take Elburn away. And like, Elburn, come on, let's go.
High heel, like on cue. Just follow Atticus to go.
I give
Good,
Atticus
good.
a thumbs up.
good. Nicely done. Nicely done.
Thanks, man.
I'm kind of confused. Like, what? I don't get it.
I have like one letter left because I copied it. I think I copied it like 6 times. I left these along our route, but I assume you didn't get one, so take your time, read it when you can.
Yeah.
I'll send
okay.
you on Discord the letter, unless
Cool.
Zach already has.
I'm not.
Okay. Yeah. What time is it? Is it morning? What do you guys do? What's going on?
Yeah, it's morning. We're trekking. Things here at the camp have been bad, but now way better now that you're here.
It's bad. I mean, I assume we haven't gotten to the dragon. I think
No.
No,
we've
not
only
yet.
been traveling a couple days, right?
Yeah.
Since
Yeah.
A couple
I-
days.
Wow.
disappeared.
Time
Okay.
is
Why
weird.
are things bad then? What's
Well, did you see any big frog monsters while you were in the Feywild by chance?
no, not frog
No.
monsters. I saw kind of frog-like things, but not
Okay,
big monsters. They were just small
Okay.
frogs.
There's just
You-
like this thing that's picking us off.
What?
One by one.
And I'll
What?
like count the group really fast to make sure that like all of the Lake Peak group is there.
Yes.
And I'll
The
be
Lake
like,
the
okay.
Lake Peak 7
then
is
I-
there.
Atticus and I are
I did
sparring.
see. Well, yes.
over yonder.
Please, your help. As I'm like,
And because I saw like Mutt in the group, so I was
Yeah, you spent
aware.
enough time with the other group. It takes you a second because it's been literally years for you to remember
Right.
who was there. But
Mhm.
like I've described with the Stupor of the Feywild, at the same time that it has felt like years, it also hasn't felt like
Right.
years. It's so weird. So the memory comes back to you quicker than you would think, and you remember and you notice that the father and son are missing from the group. The bald man and the blonde-headed man,
Okay.
Hank and Horace, are both missing from Mutt's group.
Yeah. So what happened to there's like the people that were together that what?
I'm
Like,
like holding the puppy in one hand and just like
I'll try to minor illusion a little scene of what we had seen last night.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing I don't recognize that creature at all.
No, you do not.
Yeah.
But my anxiety about getting picked off in the night by this creature is lessened by your arrival back, Kelfie.
oh my god.
Yeah.
Subtle.
do we-
yeah, subtle.
So it went do we know where it went? Are we going
It's
to
like-
get it or
It-
what?
It like
Tele-
chops.
teleported.
Yeah, like
Okay.
dimension hops, or there's like it has a door, and then it like hops onto the door, and then the door disappears, and then it opens the door somewhere else. It's like a
It seems to be coming
It's-
every night, so I think
Yeah.
maybe our goal is to be extra cautious tonight.
We'll have to
Okay.
sleep with
Continue
one
on
eye
our way.
open.
Farrah, you're being very weird about how much danger there is here.
I'm scared. But it's okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Now that you guys have had a chance to talk with Kelpie for a bit, they had been they kind of put two and two together what happened, and so he was giving you some space for a moment, but now approaches the group and says, "Oh, hey, I see that you got the little one back. That's good. Do you do that often? Just kind of appear and disappear in
It's
places?"
the new thing.
No, great.
yeah.
All right. Well,
Right.
so we are concerned with what's happening, obviously.
Oh,
And yeah, we were wondering if you guys could tell us basically what the hell is going on.
I mean, we don't really know.
I heard something about a Pildor and the fact that Pildor is sending this creature.
Oh, that's speculation.
We think he's back.
Speculation.
Oh, it's just. Okay.
Oh.
I'm just gonna listen. I'll just stop. Come.
Yeah, no, we don't really know.
It would just be nice to know what we're up against so that we can prepare ourselves.
Well,
Same.
it's yeah. Also
We kind of feel the same way. We've got lots of powerful enemies, you know,
yeah, we're pretty
like
like
Pildor.
Pildor, and apparently a giant other dimensional monster.
okay,
and dragons.
The
great.
dragon,
These
yeah.
are three things that I would love to know more information about.
A vampire
Same.
who said he's coming back, but
A vampire.
Yeah.
Are you fucking
You-
with me
This
now?
puppy.
So you're fucking
No.
with me.
No,
I
no,
wish
no.
I wish I was.
if you and your men need like support group, I can lead that today.
Who's Pildor?
I like
That's
take
okay.
I like put my hand up like as far up to his shoulder as I
yeah,
can.
yeah.
And then like I like just pat like the meaty part right here, and I'm just like, listen, there's a lot I don't understand either, and sometimes you just got to go with it. You know, it's like tracking, but like with words and emotions, and
He just kind of like ignores everybody else and just looks at you. And
Yeah.
says, "If you don't want to tell me everything, that's fine. Is there anything that you can tell me about what is happening that'll help us in this situation? If the answer is no to that, that's fine. I'll trust you. But is there anything that you can tell me about this situation and the fact that my people are dying?"
I start by saying, long story short, and then I tell the most long-winded explanation of like everything that I know about Pildor based on what I've seen. I tell him all about the like confrontation with the hands and the burning and like who he was and blah blah blah, and then like maybe like sidestep into like a really useless story about like things that Elburn has told me, maybe a little too privately, maybe a little too awkwardly.
While this is
And it just
happening,
goes
yeah,
on and on and on of like, and it's not even cohesive really. It's
Totally.
just like it's like non-narrative forms, but literally just facts and figures and things.
for sure.
Until I get to the part where I just like say, oh, and then Kelpie got a dog that zaps her into the Feywild.
So, at the end of this speech, Mutt is there, standing, looking at you, his mouth agape, incredibly
Yeah.
confused. Taz has also walked up, and was especially at the mention of everything about Pildor and the magic and all of that, and he is very interested in that. Nobody else from the other group has walked up, but the two of them are sitting there listening. And at the very end of it, Mutt goes, "Huh. All right."
There's
I'm gonna
also
go-
a tiger demon, I think, but we don't have to worry about that.
Oh, the Rakshasa! I didn't even add that, and I like go back to my and then probably like start going by, and then I found.
No,
like,
it's
so
okay.
how I met
That's
these
enough. No,
guys
I
was-
understand. You don't need to. I'm gonna go talk with the Grey Tips, and I'll be right back. Taz, and he looks at Taz, and the two of them look at each other, and they walk away.
I turn back to Pharaoh and Kelpie and Abra, and I'd be like, I think that went really well.
Yeah, I think he
I'll
understands.
just reach forward for Sam again after that rant.
Rev is there also, by the way.
I give him back for sure.
I think we would
Put him
walk
on my
up
shoulder.
after that 20-minute story.
Yeah.
Me and Elvin would be back by now.
I'm
Wedding.
back. I'm like putting my shirt on.
Yeah, I was just like,
I look at Elburn, and I look at him putting his shirt back on, and then you just see me like take a look at the picture of Ava's mom, and then I put it back in my pocket.
I for sure see that and just kind of go.
yeah, Elliot. One thing that you did miss, Rev, that is of note, is
He
that
traded the
yeah,
smut.
yeah, the smut is now with
Well,
Ray.
we burned all of it, but I guess the one that Ray has.
Yeah, they burned the rest of it, but Ray still has one.
I'm proud of him.
Well, he didn't do it. Ava grabbed him by the ear and made him.
I'm less proud of him.
Oh, I take it back.
I take it back. I'm not proud.
So you just told them everything. You just told them everything.
Everything that I remembered, I just said it, and it felt good. I love being honest.
Cool.
I'm not
What'd
sure
you
how
say
much
about
they
me?
understood, to be fair.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
mean,
think
maybe we don't
understood.
tell these people every. Maybe we don't tell these people.
Did
Is it my job to make them understand, or?
No.
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 Oh, okay.
Did you tell him about like my? I'll broadly say my age, and
Yeah, I mean,
everything that goes with it.
I said that you like, I didn't say that you were aged. I did say that you were older than us, and I
Aged?
did say that
You're barely
you
legal.
Aged.
were like, an ancient archmage of a city that was ruined by your own hand.
But that's all
all.
she said.
Mhm.
I thought it was pretty tasteful, though, right? Like,
Yeah, yeah. The way you
Yeah,
worded it was
yeah, yeah,
beautiful.
yeah.
I like
Yeah,
I
I
like
love
that
Rambly.
I like that what this implies is that Pharaoh, Kelpie, Avra, and Rev that whole time are just going. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
What happened?
let's let the person who has been with us the least amount of time say all the things that she has just heard in passing, has no
It's like
idea.
telephone.
She gets some
We're
names
just-
wrong, like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're just tired of telling the story at this
The
point. We're
next,
like,
the
"Oh,
next
I
new
know."
person to join the group has to
Yeah,
learn
exactly.
the story from
Yeah.
you.
honestly, let's let Sam tell whoever.
Albert
True
is kind of like
initiation.
shaking his head, and he looks at Ray and very seriously goes, "Okay, cool. Next time, don't mention the, complete annihilation I
Accidentally.
did.
Um,
'Cause that's probably not great.
well, it's like a part of you, though. Like, we're being
Yeah.
honest.
Right, yeah.
We're being like
Yeah.
more honest.
We
Right.
Why are we
I
being
love
so honest
honesty.
with
I
the?
don't
Why are we
like
being
it.
so honest with the great
For
tips, though? Why are we
sure.
just unloading everything on them?
You see Elburn is like doing that thing that you do when you're trying to tell somebody that they probably shouldn't have done it, but is also trying to be very like diplomatic about it. He's like, "Yeah, for sure. Like I totally get it.
I hear you. I see you.
Your feelings are so valid. Your feelings
You're valid.
are so valid. It's probably
Validate me,
not a good
validate me.
idea to tell people that like I was responsible for one of the worst disasters of the age, killing, like men, women, and children.
But whose
Agreed.
fault is that?
Well,
Here's
Not
the
a very
thing,
attractive
though.
quality.
You
Here's
couldn't
the
even
thing,
beat up that one
though.
guy.
If they think that you yourself are the one that is annihilating people, they're not going to think that you're going to send some lizard monster to do it. So now it's off of us. We're not in charge. We're
Was
not
that ever a
responsible.
concern?
They in that what like
Welcome back.
Yeah, but
Wasn't
they
he
didn't know
worried?
that about him. But they didn't know that about him. That he was
well he was like wondering why this thing is around, like why he thinks it's tied to us, right? Like this didn't happen when you weren't with our group, but like if we can prove to him that it's not tied to us.
I mean, it's not even
it's just,
going
like, a
after
thing.
us. It's going after. It's picking them
I know,
off.
which isn't helpful.
Well, and
Really?
that's why I think being truthful with them. What maybe we didn't need to go into such detail, but I think
I'm
being
new, it's
truthful with them was good because their people are being affected by it. They're getting
Yeah.
killed by
They should
this.
know.
You
But
start to notice
these people
that
are more of like the enemy of my enemy is my friend, not
Yeah.
like
You
these are like
Yeah.
my allies.
you start to
Yeah.
notice that the Grey Tips are packing up their wagons.
Oh,
Cool.
I'm noticing that they're packing up their wagons.
Like in a different way than they do every other day.
yeah.
They are not attaching their horses to one wagon.
Oh,
Get on him.
Our
Never
wagon.
attach all your horses to one wagon.
Ray, this might be
My mom says.
this might be your territory, Ray.
all right. Here I go. I'm
Isn't it a
assuming.
We may have overshared.
Did Atticus just say he's coming with me?
Yeah, I'll go with you.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna turn to him and I'm gonna say, in the sake of honesty, because I'm really good at it now, I don't want you to come.
In the sake of honesty, I'm coming.
I love that we're being honest.
I think you have made me uncomfortable by doing something that I didn't want you to do. So just know that.
We're getting
You
good at
did the same
communication.
thing to me when you told them everything about us.
In the sake of honesty,
Yeah.
I need to take a shit. That was a good sparring session. So, like, make your decision. We should probably figure out
All
if
right.
we're going with them or not.
We finally crossed the line of honesty.
I'm gonna go. I'll just go and if
Everyone's
Atticus follows,
speaking as
I
if they
can.
just had their first couples therapy session.
I'm feeling.
He's just like sitting there, like, oh my god.
Feels
We're
so
using
good to
eye
get off my
language.
Kelby's
chest.
like, I was with unicorns.
Riding a unicorn, and now I'm back here.
Oh my god. Yeah, so I'll just walk up to Mutt, and if Atticus comes,
Yeah,
then he
Mutt
comes.
turns around noticing that you're coming, and he's like, hey, Ray, yeah, I was just about to come talk to you. We are going to leave you your horses and one of these wagons, but we are going to continue on without your group.
Is
we
this
feel...
because of the
Numbers,
story
huh?
that I told you?
Yes.
Is it?
It is because
Which
of...
one?
It's because... all right. Well, respectfully, we feel as if traveling with harbingers of chaos is not healthy for our group. We feel that although it is entirely possible this creature is attacking our group solely, we feel it is most likely because of your group. So, usually we're hunted by, like, cave bears, not door-opening frogmen.
Whoa,
So,
whoa. We've never seen a cave bear before, so that's on you guys.
Rev, Jesus Christ.
You're really pumped up today. You're really tired the last couple days. You seem to be. You seem to be
All
feeling
that
better.
sleep. I was too busy pondering my orb.
And if it is attacking just us, then separating is also good for your group. I will say, if you're asking me what kind of was the last straw, I would say the genocidal maniac that you're traveling with. I am
He's
so...
cool now, though.
I believe that you think that, and I think that is something that it's a commendable act to seek redemption. I am the leader of the Grey Tip Vanguard chapter in Duskhall. I have lost 2 men. I need to look out for my group, for my people. We are traveling to the Grey Tip Vanguards. We are traveling to the headquarters. I would advise you, if you continue, to not. However, at the very least, let me speak with Redwald before you get there, because, he needs to know who you are, and also at the same time, I am your best chance at any kind of communication with him going well.
Not if you get killed by a giant frog.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm.
That is a chance we are willing to take. Because once again, either it's just going after you and it'll do that, or it's just going after us, and at least that means it's something that we can handle. Because
Should we tell him about the thing? I'll like kind of gesture a necklace to Ray. Like I'll let you make the call, but should we tell him? Or should we?
You know, can we? And I'll look at Mutt and I'll be like, "Can you hang tight for a minute? I just need to talk to Atticus real quick."
I'm just gonna keep packing up our wagons.
Yeah, but like,
For sure.
let's touch base. Don't leave without touching base with me. And I like look at him in the eye.
Then make the conversation quick.
Cool. And I'll pull Atticus aside and be like, "Okay, here's the thing, dude. I think we should just let him go.
And just hope they get picked off.
I mean, if they're gonna get picked off, they're gonna get picked off. But honestly, like, I think that we have a much better shot. Like, I feel very confident that I can just find this dragon. I don't think we need the Grey Tip Vanguards.
But this was honestly kind of like my in to Redwald. And now I feel like that kind of got messed up. And I'm not saying it's your fault.
No, I know. Like, I feel that, but like, maybe this is something we need to talk about later.
For sure.
I don't think that your in with Redwald is going to be totally gone.
Okay.
I just think now might not be the time because of like, you know, the dragon thing.
Right.
But also if their little friend, their little red triangle medallion friend is in on it, then yeah, they're totally dead for, and we don't need.
Well, why
to be
don't
part
we
of that.
like keep behind them, but maybe try and trail so we can like see them?
Oh, like use them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Cool.
So we just let them go.
Yeah.
All right. And I'll turn back to Mutt and I'll be like, "All right, Mutt, it's been real. Have a great
Take care.
trip. Take care. Best of health. Best of luck."
All right, don't follow us.
Redwald, I said hello.
No,
Okay.
we'll never follow you again, ever. It's been real. Never.
Ray, if ever you find yourselves not in the current company you keep, look me up.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
I hope, genuinely. And
Hey. And I'll look at him and be like, "Hey, good luck, Mutt," and I'll just turn around.
you too. And they start packing up their wagons.
Can I do one more thing as he turns around?
For sure, yeah.
I would like to take one of the little pebbles that I picked up around the little magical fae thing. I don't know if you remember that
I do.
for a very specific reason.
Yeah.
And I would like to take one of them and imbue it with magic and throw it at Mutt's head. And it would be a little bit of bludgeoning damage. If it hits him.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll for an attack.
So good at making friends.
Pull out my sword.
All of you are so concerned about me. Yeah, throwing rocks and shit.
Yeah,
You did
this is
start
great.
it.
It is a 6, so it will miss, and I will throw it, and I will turn around and I will run.
You hear Mutt laughing in
Oh
the
my
back.
God.
In
Yeah,
the background.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm trying out this new magic. I don't know rock magic.
Yeah, I
It's
get
fine.
it. So yeah,
anyway, and I'll be
they
like,
will
"Go,
leave
go,
you.
go, go, go."
They leave you with one wagon that they empty out of any of their belongings, and they also leave you with any amount of horses that you request. But they do gather up their stuff and start to head out.
Oh man, I really like
Okay.
them.
What? What?
They're
We're
leaving
better.
you.
We're better. We're better than
They
them.
left because of what she said about you, Elbert.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Of course.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. So just know, I just want everyone to take stock here real quick, and I make sure I look at everyone in the eye, including Kelsey. It's a little bit shorter on Kelsey because I'm still a little mad, but I'm like, just know that I was right. Just know that in this moment.
Hey, all right. Well,
Maybe.
all right. Come on.
That
I mean,
we don't let people know that I caused one of the worst disasters.
Yeah, I know. I'll note that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but-
Those
well,
two-
I mean, ultimately, it was your fault in the first place for doing
Yeah,
it.
that's what I'm
Pharaoh?
saying here, man.
Pharaoh, would you like? I'm gonna, and I just turn around and
Uh-huh.
start punching the wagon.
Please don't punch
Well,
me.
we need that wagon. We need that wagon.
I'll like go. I'll go over to Elburn and like pull him away from the wagon and be like, hey, I won't tell anyone ever again.
Sun's getting real low.
Yeah, I put
We
my
should
hand up and
get
I'm
on
just
the
like,
road, y'all.
Well, here's
So
the
are we
plan
still
that
going to the
we came
dragon,
up with.
or
I think we
Yeah.
should.
We're gonna try and trail behind those guys to see if maybe. Well, I don't know if it's gonna come after us tonight or if it's gonna continue going after them. We know we didn't tell them about the necklace, so we're just maybe
Yeah.
want to keep an eye on
what
that.
necklace? What about the necklace?
Deva, one of the elves, had the necklace around her neck, or
Something
Oh,
you
the
would have
same-
seen if you were
oh.
here. The
It was
last
actually
Oh.
looked like it was pinned to her waist.
pinned her waist.
Okay.
So either she has control of it or she is it, is what I'm.
Right.
So I think we should bring it up to them.
Well,
Well,
they
they're
already
They're gone.
left.
They're currently in the process of
We would have done that if they wouldn't have decided to leave.
It is.
They
You
left
can't
us
really-
in the snow.
Blame them for they're leaving us
not
with
at
a
all.
cart and
They also
stuff.
decided not
so-
to give a shit about the first person, which I'll maintain, though I didn't go about it right. I was right.
Nisa and Ash, who are two of the people that were traveling with the Great Tips. You actually see that they get on separate horses outside of the wagons, and they, without saying anything to you, head back west towards Duskwall.
How many people are traveling still towards the dragon?
So now it is the people who are left in the Great Tip Vanguards are Mutt, the let me pull up their names. It
The
was
two twins.
Mutt, the two twins, Angus the dwarf, Taz the mage, and Griv the cook.
I look over at the
Excellent.
two who are like leaving, and I go, should they be going out on their own since their group is kind of targeted?
You
I feel
know,
like they
at,
made their choice.
That's their
at this
call.
point, he said he could take care of themselves. So like, let's let him.
So we're just gonna like follow the rest of the group, but like not be with them. That's so awkward when you say goodbye and then go the same direction.
I was gonna say, like, aren't we all going in the same path?
Yeah, I mean,
Yep.
they're gonna be happy that we're still here when they get to the dragon. So
And if they get there before us, maybe they can do some damage before the dragon chars them.
Or
So-
maybe they
Perhaps.
get eaten by the dragon and two
I-
birds, one stone.
Two birds, one stone. What's the other bird?
I don't know. It was just a saying that I
We'll
wanted.
see.
What's
Oh,
the
the
other
other
bird?
bird.
I don't understand your human sayings.
I'm. You've never heard that in 200 plus years?
Well, I'm actually 500 years old.
Sorry, you haven't heard that in 500 years?
Actually.
No. The Elvish equivalent is 7 rocks and 1 jackrabbit.
That feels excessive for one
Yeah.
jackrabbit.
Well,
That's like not
us,
efficient.
That must
Us
be a
elves.
cultural difference. I think that's a cultural difference. I didn't grow up with that. You know, I am.
Well, you're half. You're half. Yeah.
You should
Okay,
take one,
that's
maybe
it.
2 rocks.
Zach, I have a question when this is
I had a
done.
little stank on it when you said half. We're gonna have to talk about that at some point.
That was the hard H.
Trey was just super racist the entire time.
Super nice, except
What's up, Ray?
Just a refresher, we were going to meet up with with Redwald in order to like go as a group to hunt the dragon. The dragon wasn't where Redwald was, right?
Correct.
So we can still find the dragon on our own.
You can
We
attempt to, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so okay, cool. I just wanted to know that.
Yeah.
See,
And
my
you feel like,
problem-
and especially since they're like, I mean, you feel like you would be able to. I just can't like 100% say yes. You could do it.
Well, so then in that case, I'll look to the group and be like, you guys, we don't need like if we want to protect them, we can, but we can also sever ties with them. We don't need to like. I just thought it was gonna be like good to have a group together, but if they don't want to be a part of us, like we can still just go on our merry way. Like I think I can track this dragon.
If we find the dragon, though, what are our chances of surviving without their help? 0. I'm thinking.
I mean, we killed a dragon. Kelfie, if we kill this dragon, just please, like, I mean, we love
Yeah,
you.
mhm.
just like
Mhm.
you know,
I
maybe
think she
don't.
knows.
She's
Yeah,
older now.
yeah.
She's
Yeah.
older now.
So I think like if Kelpie feels good, I feel good. Like we can just try again. It's a red dragon. We have fireballs or like fire drinks or whatever they're called. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I took mine as soon as it attacked the city. And,
I still have one. I still have one.
I don't.
But yeah, I do want to go after this dragon, but I kind of also wanted to talk to the Greats of Vanguards.
Yeah,
I
we
by no
got.
means
talk
wanted to
to them.
protect them.
What
think
We
if
gotta
should-
have eyes on the prize, though, my dude.
What if I
Right.
mean I think that if we prove ourselves with this dragon, they're eventually going after the dragon as well. Maybe we'll get the opportunity after we've proven ourselves, and then we'll have a little bit more leverage to talk to them as well.
And I will
How
How
say,
many dragons do you gotta
Puppy.
kill to prove yourself?
Well, at least one fully.
I will say
Yeah.
that Ray, when when Avra mentions doing it afterwards, and I'm just saying this is because you as a character would think of this, the fact that one of the main things that you did for the Great Tip was like kill animals and then sell their what would you call it?
Like hides.
Yeah.
Carcasses.
What-
Hides and
What's the stuff that you? I mean, it's like the overarching word for stuff that you
Health.
just get. No, overarching like what?
meat?
Carcass.
Stuff.
Goods. Good goods.
Some.
Yeah, I can't think of it right
Good
now.
goods.
But yeah, everything the parts that you would get from a
Hide.
creature. No, hide is a specific thing. I'm saying
Limbs.
what they're called though. There's
Oh.
gotta be something.
Corpse.
But
Balls.
Barnacle?
okay, we're done. We're done.
Big ass clam.
The stuff that you get from a creature you have hunted, the
Drops.
spoils of the hunt.
Loot.
I'm done with it. You guys, done. We're done.
What's going on with Twitch?
Why are you so mad at us, Dad?
Because I was like, there's nothing more infuriating than when you're trying to think of a word and there's just like balls, barnacle, like it's just like that's like, I
Yeah.
can't
Yeah,
focus.
that did not help.
Yeah, you right.
Oh, that was so funny. So that is something that you think of. The fact that if you did kill the dragon, even though you know that it just turns into goo, that is also a potential in to the Great Tip Vanguards.
Some valuable goo.
Or to that woman that you want to buy other potions off of.
Okay,
Or both.
cool.
Or we dip some crackers and call it.
Or it's a
Crackers.
feast.
Crackers.
Don't
the-
tempt me.
You said last time that you didn't like them.
Yeah, you admitted to that.
Yeah, I did. But and that was hard for me to admit, and I'm still kind of reeling from that revelation.
He's
but
still
I'm
used to lying.
I'm willing to conjure the food if you all want it.
I
As
think
long
we
as you
have
put air
enough
quotes around
rations
it, for
right
sure.
now. But
Yeah, let's focus on one thing at a time, maybe. I think
remember last
that's
time you did
where
it
our
as a joke and
weaknesses
then
come.
you couldn't cast a spell?
It's never been a joke. It's always been practical.
At this point, the Great Tip
practical
Vanguards saddle up and head out. The remaining ones.
See you later.
You see Deva and Dekar hanging off the back of the wagon, talking to one another.
Dragon.
Was that a slip of the tongue?
Freudian slip.
And those two are definitely next on the list. They were the ones who were after the creature last when I got there.
Almost they
So
are
we're-
the creature.
We're just gonna book it. Well, we saw her, the one on the ground, and then the monsters running away. So I don't think it is her.
Well,
I
she.
mean, Ray, do
yeah.
you feel like if we stayed just a safe distance behind so that we weren't seen, you could track where they were going? Or do you guys think we should
Easily.
just track the dragon?
What? Yeah, because this is so I have.
It's like
I have
snow, and
prefer-
I mean,
like,
yeah, and it's also
Yeah.
they're traveling in wagons. It would be very easy
Yeah.
to track them.
My vote is to get as much help as possible before we fight the dragon.
I can see that.
I mean, yeah, but I just like, are we going to get it?
They're mad
That's
at us now, but
My concern too is they asked us not to follow them. I think popping up once they get to where they're going and going, haha, we
Yeah.
followed you, is like maybe not the best route.
Mhm.
I mean, we were
I mean-
intending to fight that dragon anyway. So what are they going to do? Tell us they don't want help fighting the dragon? That
Well, no, I
seems
just don't
awfully
think
stupid.
they're
of
not
them.
going straight to the dragon. I think if we run into them at the dragon, they'll take some help for sure.
Yeah, I say we just go to the dragon.
What if we wait and let the dragon kill them, and then we?
I'm gonna have to veto
Swoop in
that
there.
vote.
Okay.
I mean,
Throw it out
if they just so happen to die, then
No one's dying on my watch.
I mean, even if we're there, they still might die.
Except
Yeah.
there's two
You did
people.
die
two
on your
people.
watch. by
That
the
was
way.
not. Yeah, and I'm broken up about it.
I say we just go to the dragon. I think we're capable. Kelfie is older. You probably like learn some shit in the
Yeah, I
forest
got some new
lands,
stuff.
wherever. So
Yeah, I can do
that
this now,
sounds
and I'll
fun.
wild shape into a saber-toothed tiger.
Oh my god! Okay,
Cool.
And it's
That's
like,
so fun.
and it like, it looks like a saber-tooth tiger, but it also has like some fey qualities to it, like the tufts of fur stick out and are like slightly iridescent and stuff like that.
that's so cool.
Cool.
Come back.
I like
I
look.
can do
I
a
like
bigger
look
one
at
now.
Kelfie. I'm like, that's so cool. And I like take her face. And
Thanks.
that's so cool.
Okay, thank you. I could do a bigger one, but I just don't have the space for it right now. But
The
That's
space?
cool.
What do you mean, like distance? Or
well,
they're-
yeah, I mean, we're like in a like wooded. We're in a like a snowy forest, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's like trees around, and I would.
Why don't you save it in
break
case
the
we run
trees.
into something?
Yeah, we might.
Like a
Well, yeah,
dragon.
it's also not the best like on the land. It's more of like a land and in the water kind of
Oh my god.
thing. But
saber-toothed tigers swim?
well, no, not
No,
that
this
one.
is
The
a
other
different
one.
thing.
I don't know what
Are
it's
we
called,
booking
but
it to the
it's big.
dragon, or are we?
Yeah, I
I
like.
I think so.
I think
Dragon.
regardless, we
Dragon.
need to start moving and discuss this while
Right.
we move in the
Yeah,
general direction.
that's a good idea.
Yep.
Nice.
Cool.
Walk
Yeah.
and talk.
All right, so you guys, do you bring the wagon or do you just ride the horses?
What's
We
is
don't-
there anything in the wagon?
They-
like supplies?
They
or-
just felt the need to leave you with one.
That's nice of them.
It
but
is nice. I
ultimately
feel like we
useless.
shouldn't abandon it, but
They didn't give you
Don't
they
really need
you would
it.
have to hitch up your own horses to it. They didn't leave you any horses for it.
let's just leave the
Did they
wagon.
not leave the horse that I was riding on?
They left you horses. They just didn't leave
Oh, okay.
horses
Right, if
specifically
we're
for the
right.
wagon.
Well,
Yeah.
we can
I-
ride like in the cart if we hitch up the
Yeah,
horses.
exactly,
Or
yeah.
I can be a horse and I can pull the cart for at least
Whoa.
a while.
Well, do we want to take the car? We can like break apart the cart for some firewood.
If we need to, but it's a nice
We're
way
gonna
to
carry a cart.
It
like,
will
feel
slow
perfectly
your
fine?
it will slow your
I don't think we need
Journey.
the cart.
I
I don't
think
think we need the car.
you'll just be traveling at the
Yeah.
same pace that you were traveling at, because you guys could travel faster than the caravan was going, but you were traveling with the
So we'll
caravan.
have to walk past them.
If you
Well,
go in
no,
the same
they're
direction,
going-
They're going to
Okay.
the Great Tip
Yeah.
Camp. We're going.
Mm.
You know where the Great Tip Camp is, right? Right.
I do.
yeah, but where are you going?
Well, I
That's what
want to
I'm
go to. I want to track this dragon.
yeah, I think we need to
And in
check
order
the
to
dragon.
do that,
like,
you need to go
the
to
mountains.
the Great Tip Mountains.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but is it? I'm not assuming that like the only part of the Great Tip Mountains is where they are.
Oh, of course, but it is in that general direction. I mean, there's
So
still
I say,
there's still 3 to 4 days, so like they are
yeah.
traveling in
Fascinating.
the quickest. Like, if you want the quickest route, you need to be traveling where they're going.
Well,
Why don't
I
we just
see.
pass them
I
on the
say.
horses? Fuck 'em.
See you later, suckers.
Yeah, and we're not following them.
Right.
All right.
Yeah,
Cool.
we can at least say
Kind
that.
of passive aggressive, but I like it.
Yeah, we're not following
I'm
you.
gonna-
This is right in front of them.
I'm gonna
On your left.
find a. I'm gonna find a place as we're walking, because I'm assuming now we're like kind of in motion, like getting
Yeah.
everything.
Well,
Together.
real quick, what are you guys doing in the wagon?
I was gonna like take the tarp off of it, use it, like bring it with us, and just maybe break
100%.
apart some wood for some firewood.
Okay, great. So you're not dragging the cart behind you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
If
Okay.
as long as we're not dragging the cart.
Yeah. Cool. No, then that's easy. Yeah. Oh.
Oh.
These nuts. And then so you guys
Catechism.
are. So you guys are able to do that easily. You get together and you are now starting to travel in that general direction. Ray, what were you about to
I want to just find a spot that I can conjure or like call Tiny, and then ride him above there. So if we're gonna pass, then I can pass over top.
Totally, easily done. You
Badass.
call out for Tiny, and you look up, and you at first you just see canopies of trees, and then shadow moving above you as Tiny appears, and you can see brief glimpses of him in between each tree. And then there's a canopy coming up, and he swoops down and lands, and you're able to put your boot on his hind leg and get over on top of him, and he gives one powerful lift and then another, and then you are able to climb above the trees and fly above everybody.
Cute.
He's very happy to see you.
Yeah,
he's
I
cold.
like skip him a little.
He's cold, but he likes the cold because that's where you found him in the Great Tip Mountains. So he likes being here.
I'm probably like awkwardly giving Kelfie a little bit too much space because I don't want to be overbearing, but also staying close enough that if it seems like she wants to talk, I'm right there.
I'm doing the exact opposite.
Sam just kind of finds a comfortable spot like in your satchel, Kelfie, and he just kind of like his body's in your satchel and his head's just like out of the bag.
Oh my god.
I'll just kind of like almost absentmindedly scratch his head as we're riding along.
Every time you touch or pet Sam, he is like overly happy that you do it because he still thinks that you're so mad at him. So he's very happy when you reach out to him.
Since we're back here, I like as much as possible to like touch him, make sure he's like okay and everything.
Great.
I'll also just be like eyeing Pharaoh since he's so close.
Oh, yeah. It's good to have you back.
Yeah.
Just
Okay. Just like not watching where he's going. But, yeah.
How was your trip, Calfee?
It was good. It was the Feywild is a really beautiful place, and I saw a lot of really cool things and saw a lot of cool creatures and didn't meet as many people as I thought I would because the first person I met I then like came back. So it was a lot like my time in the whatever that place was that I can't remember the name of, the something woods tiger jungle.
Tiger Paw
place.
Jungle. Yeah.
Thank you. A lot like the Tiger Paw jungle, except like also a lot different. But yeah, I mean it I could like get into it now if you guys want me to, or I can wait till like you're around the campfire. I don't, it's a long story. I mean
We could skip to the
not long.
campfire.
Okay.
Yeah. Hiya!
Montage.
You finish. Sure enough, yeah, sure. You guys.
Do we ride past the great tips on like?
Yeah. So is that your goal?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, easily enough. After like an hour, you guys catch up to him.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Have a nice trip.
I make sure to pass Taz.
We are the
and,
worst.
Taz.
Sure, stab him in the back.
Stab him in the back.
Yep, take out my long sword. Just stab him.
Going jousting.
Yeah,
See you at the dragon.
they all definitely like give you weird looks. Looks like Dekar is in the back of the wagon resting, and Dave is kind of like looking over him. The cook is riding the wagon, or driving the wagon. Angus is sitting next to him, and then Mutt and Taz are riding on their horses on either side, and they all kind of look at you. And Mutt just kind of like shakes his head and half-heartedly like waves a hand as you guys pass.
I deliberately wave. Like, I make sure that I'm just like,
Instead of accidentally.
Oh no,
like,
it was.
because I know he knows about like everything and know that I was the reason. So I just like am kind of mad about it. I shouldn't like. There's no reason for me to, but I'm just like make sure I get it like real quick. And then
I think that I would definitely ride up near Deva,
Yeah, she's just in the back of the wagon. Yeah.
so I can like be on a horse near her and talk to her.
Uh-huh,
You're like Decker. All right, yeah, and I would say, hey, elf to elf, how's it going? What's that medallion? What's going on with that?
Deva looks up at you, confused. Her eyebrows like furrowed. And it kind of strikes you now. You never really noticed it before, but Deva has never spoken, and you've never heard her speak. So she's kind of looking at you.
Oops. Oh, the medallion. I just want to make sure everyone's safe because I've never seen.
And she looks down, and you see a genuine, like, inhale of surprise on her. And she looks down, and she looks back at you.
Is that not yours or?
And she shakes her head.
Okay. Well, if you don't mind, I guess you should. I'll take it.
No.
I mean, it's up to you. If it's not yours, but I just want to make sure you're safe and everything.
She looks over at Dekar and like slaps him, and oh bloody hell! What's going on? Oh, didn't we leave you lot?
Yeah, we're actually riding fast ahead. Quickly.
Oh, right.
So
I guess that's a good way to find a loophole then.
Yeah.
What can I do you for? She doesn't speak much.
Oh yeah, I didn't mean to. Yeah. I was just wondering about that medallion she has on, and what its significance is.
And then you see him kind of like, his eyes widen. Well, bloody hell! If that doesn't look exactly like. Did you give that to her?
No. I just noticed she had it on. I didn't know what it meant.
Right. Well, thanks for pointing it out, I suppose.
Okay, you just gonna keep it on, or?
Well, it's not really. I think maybe we should. And he kind of like looks at you, and you see that he's very. Go ahead and roll an insight check.
All right, I'm good at this. Don't fail me now. 21.
21. You see two things. You see that Deva is genuinely surprised by everything that is happening right now. And you see that Dekar seems concerned about the two of their safety specifically because of you. And he like looks between you and then he like looks outside the wagon. I think that we'll just go ahead and handle this. Thanks for looking out though. Much appreciated.
Okay, yeah, no problem. Just I don't know if it's some sort of mark from this frog thing. I don't know what it means, but just be careful out there. It's a dangerous trip. By the way, the great tips are great. You guys are great. And I'm sorry that everything has been weird.
Are you threatening us?
What? I've never threatened anybody in my life.
All right. Well, usually when someone informs another person of exactly how dangerous something is going to be, when the person, very clearly knows how dangerous authority is, it's kind of a threat.
I am so sorry.
Like if I were to look at you and I were to say, oh, be careful going into that alleyway there. Could be pretty dangerous.
What? What do you know about the alleyway?
There's no... What alleyway?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Wait.
No, what I'm saying is this...
Wait, okay. I'm lost. I'm totally lost. I was up to you. I was on the same page until the alleyway thing.
Right.
Okay, well, I'm actually going to head out.
All right, I would appreciate it. And he closes the canvas tent.
Hiya!
All right. Do you guys... All right, so you guys continue onward and eventually find yourselves a little clearing off the road. And at nightfall, set up camp and... you and hitch up the horses, and you're now sitting around a campfire trying to stay warm. It is definitely starting to get into the first couple weeks of winter, and it is cold down here, down south. And yeah, so you guys are around the campfire now.
Bust out the bottle of butt water that I have. Take a swig, pass it around.
I'll hunt
We'll
some like.
take it a swig, but still pass it around.
I want to see if I can handle it more since I'm older. I got a 16 constitution. I think that's pretty good.
It for the first time you understand like that the burn is like a good thing.
Mm.
And it's like
Kelpie's gonna be an alcoholic. Got it.
Duh.
Oh no.
And it does feel like it kind of like you immediately feel it kind of like radiate through your body. It's it's definitely something that you enjoy. Yeah, for sure.
I'm hovering around Kelpie with a lesser restoration ready, just in case.
Oh my gosh,
Um,
look at him
I'm
again.
gonna
Fine.
try to grab up some food, some like rabbits and stuff for.
Yeah, easily enough. Don't even need to make you roll for it. You and Tiny, throughout the day as you guys were traveling, just because it's easier for you, you would fly ahead a little bit, do some hunting. You were able to gather up some hares and some small game. And Kelpie, as she always does, went around the area that you guys were camping and gathered up some herbs and some various foliage that could be used as seasonings. And you guys are able to clean the carcasses and get out some good slabs of meat, put it on a spigot right above the fire, and Kelpie's able to rub some of the herbs into it, and you guys are able to have a nice little warm dinner.
It's not as good as Griv, I say, like passing it out. But I did learn a thing or two.
And Griv was, yeah, I mean, he was a good cook. If out of
Yeah.
anything else that was going on with him, he was a good cook.
Could
And
really use
all-
some wafers, but as a side. But...
I immediately cast the spell.
It was a joke, Pharaoh. But thank you, and I will take a bunch of wafers.
Yeah, when-
I've switched up the recipe a little bit.
I don't think we've talked
Oh.
about how this, but like when they appear, is it just like confetti? Like,
Yeah, we haven't. You're right. We haven't talked about this, and yeah, I would say it's actually like
a card trick of just like
it's like
just crackers.
it's actually
How this seems.
unfortunately much more unseemly than that. There is
Unseemly.
the surface that he chooses to make these wafers conjured. They start off as little, like you start seeing these like little beige blobs appear on the surface that slowly grow and bubble and form shape into these wafers, and then right at the peak of the spell, right as all the wafers are created, small layer of steam rises above them.
Mm.
Well, dig in.
This is sour cream and onion. What are those two? together?
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
no
and
way
it's-
that that's sour cream or onion.
They're slightly
Look,
ruffled.
same great taste.
There's ridges. There's ridges on these. Good.
Yeah.
It's almost as if you like the bubbling and the like. It's almost as if you're watching them go from little balls of dough to like.
Mm.
Oh.
Cool.
Shit.
I'm making sandwiches with the hair and wafers.
It's actually the wafers go great with other things.
Yeah.
While I'm helping prepare, I'd be casting Mage Hand to practice
I'd
with
be
that, and so it would like spin the rabbits over the fire as I'm like cleaning another one or
Oh,
like,
yeah.
doing stuff like that.
Easily enough. And Abra, when she does that, when she casts Mage Hand to help her cook, at first glance you kind of look at it and you're like, "Yep, there's Mage Hand helping her cook." Wait a minute, Kelpie just cast Mage Hand. That is not that is something that you know how to do, but that is not something Kelpie has ever known how to do.
I just go up to her in that moment.
Oh god.
Hey,
Hi.
cool new trick.
Oh, yeah, this is something that I learned in the Feywild, but is because of the longer story that I haven't told you.
Yeah.
But I learned some new spells. I don't know fully. I'm still learning, but I definitely know some new stuff like that. And
Cool.
yeah,
Well, if you need any help or any practice, let me know.
Yeah.
You know. Also, I'd love to hear your story whenever you're
yeah,
up for it.
sure. And we'll continue like passing. things out.
Everybody gather around. Everybody gather up.
Oh,
Kelpie's gonna
Thanks,
tell a
Elliot.
story.
thanks, Elliot.
Yeah, no
Yep.
problem, girls.
What? That was like vaguely like Linda Belcher.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah, no problem.
Oh yeah.
Ah,
I get very
kill the turkey. Sorry.
everybody's thinking.
Thank you for loving me.
I was thinking you.
Spanking us. Spanking you.
We're gonna get banned.
Yep, nope. I was only like 10 seconds worth. It's fine.
No.
Out of order. So yeah, once everyone like has their stuff and Elliot says that, I get like really self-conscious because everyone's looking at me now.
I was about to say we're all just staring at Kelsey
Yeah.
and eating our
It's like,
food.
So I'll like
I'm for
take
sure
out.
smiling super big, being like, yeah, it's not fun when everyone's looking at you. Tell you about yourself. Yeah. Uh-huh.
I'll take out Sam and kind of just like anxiously pet him a little bit more for like comfort and stuff. Well, so as you can tell, I'm older. I was in the Feywild for a while. I think it was probably about 2.5, 3 years, probably closer to 3. But like, have any of you been to the Feywild? I should probably start there, or do I have to like? No one's been there.
Read about it, but
Well, that's true. Ray, you were there, but like, it was quick, and I don't know how you were there, so I don't know if you were like really there or if it was.
I think I was there, kind of.
Okay.
This is actually the first time that either of you have confirmed with each other that you both witnessed that experience.
Well, I guess that's true.
Yeah, I was
thought-
gonna invite you to ride on Tiny with me, but then I got anxious.
Oh.
Wait, did we know that? Did we know that you went to the Feywild? Or
Yeah,
did
she told you guys that.
Okay, that's what I was like. I can't remember if I was there for that.
But she didn't. She
Yeah,
she didn't know herself
I-
if it was like a vision or a dream or whatever.
I said I had a dream that I saw Kelpie.
Right.
Yeah. So I guess you were there for at least a little bit.
So you did see me.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Whoa.
I don't
Whoa.
know how you got there. I can't get there
I
on my own.
slept. I fell asleep.
So I usually have to like run. I was like running a lot to get there, so I don't know. Do you sleepwalk? Like, did you?
I
Wake
mean,
up
maybe after. I don't want to interrupt your story
That's
because
yeah.
I'm growing as a person.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Yeah, it's like a trend. I don't know. Anyway,
we could talk about like
You're
that.
all level 2 in humanity.
Because did you mention when you were there something about your lineage?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
Mhm.
yeah, we should talk about.
I didn't
things.
tell that to anybody else though.
No, but you did tell
No.
Kelpie that your mom used to be a Greenleaf, you think.
Yeah.
is this something that we should all know about? Or is it just like a private thing?
I mean,
You
that's
bring
up,
up lineage. I don't know. That's kind of.
No, she didn't say lineage out loud,
No.
actually. She was asking me, the DM. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. I didn't say anything.
Atticus, what are
Yeah.
you talking about? That's
This wafer hair sandwich.
Wait for hair!
Wafer hair sandwich.
That's so funny.
yeah, we can touch base about that later.
Yeah,
right?
we'll chat.
Yeah. But so yeah, so you guys met Sam. This is still Sam. And he's a little puppy, and I'll like hold him up and show him
Sounds
and kind of put him
fine.
down.
Who's a good boy?
He opens his tongue just rolls out.
And so Sam took me to the Feywild, and we for a while it was just me and him exploring, hanging out. And time works weird there. It seems like I just had left when I came back, but also knew it had been like years at the same time, and that time was passing. It's hard to explain the sensation, but you don't really know that time is passing, but you're still aware that time is passing, but it feels shorter than it actually is. And anyway, so we were for a while just hanging out and exploring. I saw some really cool stuff. I saw like that saber-tooth tiger that I showed you. I saw some dinosaurs. I rode some unicorns. It was a lot of fun.
Dinosaurs?
Yeah,
I want to go there.
dinosaurs.
What's a
It's pretty cool.
dinosaur?
It's like one of these, and I'll turn into a. What can I turn into? Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
A T-Rex.
I mean, not yet.
A Petasaurus.
I'll turn
Stegosaurus.
into a little.
Eaters
Can't do
left.
that yet.
They're
Reptar.
eaters.
Reptar.
What is this one? There's no pictures of some of these, but I'll turn into like one of those that look like a velociraptor, but has like the feathers on its like elbows.
They're smaller than
That's a
the
velociraptor.
Yeah.
It's like that. It's just smaller and like more bird-like.
A Compusaurus.
So is this So is this like a vicious chicken? Like what?
It looks like it, yeah.
That's a great band's name.
No, I
So
say
I
that
turned it-
out
But-
loud. I say
But
that
they're
out
like
loud.
huge. They're huge. I mean, they're not quite dragon big, but they're pretty big.
Mm-mm. Yeah. And I'll turn back. So yeah, it's kind of like a Vestnian dinosaurs are, but they're almost like
love it.
bird reptile things. And so there's a couple that I can't turn into yet because they're like really big. There's some that are like taller than like dragons and bigger than dragons. I just can't do that yet. But yeah, so I saw those. I rode some unicorns. I saw some other cool fey creatures, made some friends, and it was just me and Sam for a while. And then we found the city, and at the city,
As you talk about the city, Kelfie,
Mhm.
you recognize that you remember that you went to a city,
Mhm.
but even as you say the word cities, the image of the city does not come to you. You cannot
Well-
remember what the city looked like.
So I went to a city, and I think it was a city. I went to a place that I
Fantastic acting.
Called a city.
Fantastic acting.
Good.
But anyway, at this city place thing, we hadn't gone there because Sam didn't really want to go there, and I like look at him, I'm like, it's okay, I understand. And
Yeah.
at there, I met this other Fae person. I don't really know what he is exactly. He had really long ears and really long blonde hair, and it was very like fancy looking. But he was really nice, and his name was is Atheed, and he. So you know how the like way back when the explosion happened and we were all like chosen, and we think it was like by these things called the Great Ones. You know, like, well, this Atheed is, I guess, something like an ambassador to the Great Ones. And so he said that the Sphinx came to him and told him about us and told him about me. And he wanted to help things because he kind of then looked into it a little bit more and knew what we were doing. Doesn't know a lot of details, but knew that maybe those things could eventually come to the Feywild. And so he basically said, I will help you if you'll promise to then also help the Feywild. So if this thing, bad stuff, comes to the Feywild, you'll help protect the Feywild because he knows that like I like animals and nature and stuff.
Wow.
And so I guess I said like, yes, I will help you and he'll help me. And then and he sent Sam to come get me so we could meet and so he could like tell me about these things. Sam just wanted to hang out for a while first. So Sam is in a little bit of trouble.
So he kidnapped you.
Well, no, I went willingly still.
Right, but he kept you from what you were supposed to learn about just because he wanted to. Is that
A little bit, but that's why he's in trouble now and he can't be Sam. He's even more like Gidget now than he is like Elliot. Because Atheed got mad at him and punished him for that. So he wasn't really supposed to do that.
Atheed sent the Sphinx and Sam.
No, the Sphinx informed. Sorry, you know this. I told you.
No, the Sphinx told Atheed about us.
About
He-
us.
the,
Okay,
hi-
and then
the
sent
Sphinx
Sam.
is like in a hierarchical role of something. I don't really know, but he said that like he was like reported to from.
Okay, so the Sphinx is above.
Right. So like the Sphinx was
Okay.
like, "Hey, here's these people,"
Gotcha.
and then Atheed told Sam, "Hey, go get this person for me so
Okay.
I can talk to her," and then yeah,
and Sam kind of fucked it up.
I mean a
Yeah.
little bit, but he just doesn't understand. I mean, he understands, but I mean, if you put yourself in his shoes of being from the Feywild and coming to the mortal plane and just seeing all of the war and destruction and evil things that are happening, he wanted to protect me from that. And
You
so
wanted a friend.
and yeah, and so he wanted to hang out and he wanted me not to have to go back to this place of clearly bad things that are happening, and he shouldn't have, and he's been punished for it, but I forgive him, and he's got a good heart.
He
So
kind of crawls up your chest and licks your face. And then he growls at Elbert.
I look right at him and I just like hold my hand out for the bottle of butt water. Just grab it and just like as I take a sip, do that thing that like everyone does when they're like trying to talk to somebody while drinking, and like I just give it back to him.
Everyone's magical companions hate Elbert.
No, Gustav doesn't hate it.
That's true. Gustav does not
Yeah,
hate
Gidget's
Elbert.
pretty indifferent.
I was gonna say,
I will say, an interesting point of order, Gustav loves Sam. Like, loves the fact that there's a little puppy around.
Sure.
Unless you tell him not to, and then he won't.
No, I don't. I want Sam. Sam's my man, or Gustav's my man on the inside of Sam. So
Yeah.
Gustav is definitely buddy.
Oh, by the way, Kelpie and I discovered something in our one-on-one session that I had made a wrong decision as a DM when I read the Find Familiar spell. So the Find Familiar spell does say that you summon a spirit in the form of an animal. And so in my opinion, I was like, okay, so that means it's not actually this thing, it's just the form of this thing. But then it says later in the spell, it says, blah, 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 although it is a celestial fiend or fae. It says that in the spell.
Except for Fine Steed.
I don't know about
For
Find
familiar.
Steed, what it says.
Okay.
What does it say for Find Steed?
I'll read while you explain.
Yeah. But for Find Familiar, it says that it is this. So
the other thing too, like while it is a manifestation of like a spiritual like entity, actual creatures can like give fealty to you. Like for the quasits and like imps and stuff like that, you can summon a version that is in the form of a quasit or an imp or like a fairy, or those creatures can decide to become your familiar. And there's different rules for that as well.
Totally.
You don't need the spell necessarily to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's iterations where like, and because this is our game.
Yeah.
Like whatever you want it to be.
No, for sure. But I think it makes sense because the question, when we made that decision, it was because we were wondering if Gustav had like been in the Fae. And I'd also, Eric just looked up and it does say it is a. So I'm going to retcon that. I'm going to say that Gustav is a creature from the Feywild that you summon forth and that works with you.
So I demand
Same with
Gidget.
Gidget.
Okay, cool.
Elliot is half celestial, half Fey. But he is not. But he's never been to. Just because he has a Fey like thing, he's never been there. Elliot is still a little bit different than everybody else.
And retreating Drigo as the Find Steed spell, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, Drigo is a celestial.
As long as there's a safe word. As long as there's a safe word.
Yeah,
For Fine
consent is
Steed,
everything.
I can choose Celestial, Fae, or Fiend when I summon it.
Yeah.
I
So
know that shows the face,
it was the wording of spirit in the form of that tripped me up. But yeah, so Gustav is a Fey creature that has been to the Feywild and therefore is even more familiar with Sam and likes Sam that much more.
I demand that you redo the monologue then that you did in Gustav's voice to be updated with that information.
Forget what that was.
It was like,
Yeah, I mean, I remember the voice. I forget what he said.
Oh yeah.
Well, hi there.
Gidget would probably join in the animal friendship, whatever, hanging out.
Yeah,
Mhm.
the Fey trio.
Yeah, the fate
Aw.
trio.
Trio.
Gidget probably feels a little bit left out for
Yeah.
not being a dog.
Yeah, 2 dogs and a mouse.
Yeah.
As Gidget comes over, are they? She,
Yeah.
he coming over now?
Yeah.
I would scratch him and I would say, "Hello, Gidget."
He would also be very, very happy to see you. He probably would have given you some good loving when I first came and hugged you.
There's a small little.
Gustav would have lost his shit.
There's a small little pang in Kelfie's heart as she loves on this Fey trio, and specifically as Gidget runs up to her because you feel this immediate connection now with Sam, and this is a thing that you know that is a strong, powerful bond. And then you see Gidget, and you just remember Biscuit, and know that he's with your dad, which means he's most likely very safe. But especially with this new bond now with Sam, and just seeing the rodential form of of Gidget, it just makes you think of Biscuit, and yeah, just a small little pang. Yeah.
Love
Am
that.
I aware of my new ability of talking to them, or is that something I haven't discovered yet?
You always try to talk to animals,
Mm-hmm.
and so you would probably just do that,
Okay.
and then would be very surprised with the fact that they could respond to you.
Mm-hmm.
So you like, so Gustav, you're talking to you're like, hey Gustav, what's up? And he looks at you. Oh, nothing.
Oh, buddy.
Oh, you can understand me?
Like, apparently now I can. Yeah,
Oh, it's all that time in the Feywild that you spent.
probably.
Oh, that's great. You're so cute.
You're pretty cute too.
I know.
Does that mean I can understand you too, Gidget? I'll scratch his little ears.
You make up Gidget's voice every time. It's new every time.
I'm like 90% sure it was very much like ridiculous.
Well, I remember Biscuits for sure.
Yeah, Biscuits was the.
I'd say personality-wise, I imagine Gidget being a little like overly excited and a little bit overly hyper, sort of like the opposite of Abra in a lot of ways.
Yeah, you can talk to me.
Oh, that's cool. Look at all you guys. All my
Oh,
little
yay, I love that we're a
big
family. We're a
guys.
family. We're all from the Feywild. Yeah.
I'll just laugh and cuddle all of them in.
Ow, 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 ow.
Oh, sorry.
Gidget gets stuck in your armpit.
Yeah,
just
it's
like,
like, oh, sorry. Oh, sorry.
Gidget. Gidget's half a hit point goes away.
Oh, no.
God, I gotta cast the spell again.
Glitter all over.
Where's the glitter? Oh my god. This is too
So
pure. I start crying again because that's what I've been doing lately.
All right, what's the order of watches tonight?
I would
I'll
love
take first.
to
We don't
take
need
a
a
watch
watch.
with Kelpie if I can.
I'll
Okay.
take the third watch.
Third watch.
I'll take the second.
Second
I'll take the
watch.
7th. No,
Maybe-
I'll
You're
watch
up
with
for like
Ray.
half the night, Pharaoh.
That's true. Yeah, I
Yo-
only need to sleep for 4 hours.
You'll watch with
I'll probably
Atticus, you
take
said?
like the second and third.
Elburn, you're with Atticus?
I said with Ray.
Oh, okay, with Ray.
Yeah.
Ooh, well, can you guys actually watch?
Well, which one are Ray and
I
which
will
one
say
are
that.
Ray and Elburn doing the first one?
Yeah.
I did. I said first.
Okay, cool. And then, so at Avra and Kelpie, you guys don't really need to do a watch if you don't want to.
Just hang out.
Yeah, you can just hang out during the first watch before I probably need to sleep.
So the two of you kind of hang out and catch up with each other. Is there a conversation that you guys want to have before you go to sleep?
I noticed Kelpie read my letter throughout the day.
Well,
Has
I
she?
haven't. So
You haven't.
Well,
So you haven't noticed.
So I would probably just like, hey, have you had a chance to read the letter that I gave you?
Oh no, Pharaoh was like watching me all day, and I felt weird reading it
That's
while he
really
was staring
fair.
at me. So
Yeah.
I just hadn't yet. But
Yeah. Just so you know, when you read it, I cast a spell on it so that only you could read it. So
Oh,
it
that's
would
cool.
it would be a little like jumbly at first, and then you would be able to read
gotcha.
it.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, no rush. Just
Yeah, I was
you know,
gonna read it.
sometimes I'm better writing than I am with actual words. So
Sure. Yeah, I was gonna read it tonight, but I also feel weird sitting here and you sitting there and just waiting for me to read it.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Well, you know, I'll go. I'll just sit here and read my book,
okay.
and then we can just both read.
Yeah, I'm
And then if
just
you
gonna
wanna talk,
face.
we can talk.
I'm gonna face like away from
Yeah,
you.
I'll
while
face the other way.
Okay.
We like sit back to back.
Yeah, I'll just turn and read
God.
it, and I have to actually go read it.
Elburn, Ray, do you do anything specific on your watch?
Jerking it? No.
Okay.
While she's just next to me.
And I'm just like, oh, no, sick. I would smack you.
I turn next to you and I go, oh God, that's right, you're on the watch. My bad. No, I think we just sit, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, probably like based on the discussion that we had about the conversation that we had.
Yeah.
Probably just like sit, like
A little
shoulders
awkward.
touching.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not like our hands probably
Oh,
touch a little bit.
Yeah, there's a little.
Yeah.
man, oh man. Too bad Tiny's not there. He would do something really cute, like wrap his tail around both of you, so that you had to like.
And then I'd smack his tail away and be like, "Don't."
The first watch goes by without a hitch. Avro, you fall asleep as you're sitting there reading your book, because Kelfie takes the time to read the note, and Kelfie, you can wake Avra up if you want to discuss, or you can discuss it in the morning. It's up to you. Maybe it's something you want to digest.
Yeah, I think she'll take time, and then if she turns and notices that Avra had fallen asleep because she took a long time, because she would, she'll just kind of curl up.
You're still not
next to
the
her.
best at reading, so
Yes.
it was a little
She'll
bit of a
just curl
struggle.
up next to her and get also much needed rest and talk to her.
Yeah,
in the morning
Avra,
about
you wake up just enough to like feel Kelfie next to you and decide not to like push the matter really anymore, and just
take a minute and be really happy that she's there.
Yeah. Barrow, on your second watch,
I jerk it.
jeez, guys.
God.
As you are watching, you feel this like calm serenity in the night, this peacefulness that just kind of emanates. It's really cold. It's a brisk night, but it's there's the occasional breeze, and you're starting to notice just kind of how at home you feel in nature. It's a pleasant experience. And then your eyes kind of gleam for a second as you see what looks to be like a shining orb of light about 50 to 60 yards away from the camp. And then slowly but surely you start to hear the most beautiful voice. Kumbaya, my lord. Kumbaya.
I start joining in.
You join in, and it's like a beautiful harmony. And you know how you can kind of like, even when listening to people's voices, you can tell when they start smiling. You start to hear this voice smile as it sings, and the orb of light kind of floats in front of you about 60 to 70 yards away, and you hear the voice get a little bit louder as it just kind of stays about 67 yards away from you for a moment.
I absolutely walk up to it.
So you get up, and you walk over to the light, and you feel drawn to it, and the beautiful voice just kind of echoes throughout the night, and you the scar on your face, you can swear like feels warm for a moment. Like you wonder, is this Eldath maybe? Like, is this a moment of clarity that you're having, of serenity, and hope just kind of like washes over you. And you get to the orb of light, and it's a lantern. It's a hooded lantern that is on a pole in the middle of the ground.
Okay.
With a 27, that hits.
What the fuck?
And with the assassin feat, this is an automatic crit.
Don't.
No, stop it.
Lure me in
Phil,
with
come
Kumbaya.
Stop it.
Right away,
No, I'm
well,
not.
hold on.
Jesus Christ.
It's
Happen to
He's gonna
taking
make
watches in
a
groups.
not murder
Give him
Yeah.
some wafers. Maybe he won't eat you.
Get some barbecue flavor. He'll like it.
Right away, you take 64 points of piercing damage.
Oh, I'm unconscious.
What?
Oh my god.
And that is where we will take a break. The little bio break.
Roll up another character, Pharaoh.
For this session.
Oh my god.
As you feel,
Jesus.
as Pharaoh feels a rapier stab through his abdomen from behind, and
I'm upset. I can't.
the 6d6 turning into 12d6 of sneak attack damage with the automatic crit did quite a bit of damage. So we will
yes.
come back and see what happened there. So go ahead and
We'll see what happened there.
go ahead and go to the bathroom and wipe the shit out of your pants and get some water
Seriously,
Oh my
and we'll see you
God.
here in a bit. Okay, we'll be right back. Goodbye.
Ah.
What?
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Charmed Persons. Last we left off, the second watch was occurring of the night, and Pharaoh, who was on the watch by himself, heard a familiar Judeo-Christian worship song and saw a orb of bright white light and headed towards the source and found that it was a trap set, as he found a lantern that was the light source, and then a rapier protrude through his abdomen as he was stabbed in the back. And Pharaoh, as you fall to your knees and you feel your vision fading, you see, well, first of all, you feel a sickening, slicing motion as the sword is pulled out from your back. And from around the front of you walks Davia Sunstride, Davia Sunstride, and she looks at you. Oh, there, little Pharaoh. I'm so sorry that it had to be you. Xavier said it either had to be Elburn or you, and, well, quite frankly, we wanted it to be Elburn. He's an asshole.
Yeah.
But you're pretty useful in your own way. And you see Dakar step out from behind her, and your vision fades, and you pass out unconscious. Who was on the third watch? Atticus? Atticus, you are not awoken by Pharaoh, and kind of wake up naturally, and you can feel that you've overslept. But everyone else is still asleep.
I'll wake up and look for Pharaoh. I mean, knowing that Pharaoh took the second watch, right?
Yeah, you did know that Pharaoh took the second watch, yeah.
I would immediately look around for Pharaoh.
Yeah, you do so, and you find a vague series of tracks leading from where he most likely was standing.
If I don't see him,
You don't see him immediately.
I would wake everybody else up before
Okay.
I even went to go look
Mhm.
for him. Everybody up! Everybody up!
And I was jerking it. What?
What?
Yeah.
Pharaoh didn't report for the end of his second watch, so we need to fan out and look for him.
Shit.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna
Yeah.
immediately, because I still haven't done it, try to cast Sending to Pharaoh
Mm-hmm.
just to see if it goes through. So I'll just say, Pharaoh, where are you?
Is he on the celestial plane now? Is that what?
You do not get a response.
Yeah, I'd send Gustav
Um,
to like track him and follow Gustav.
And my answering machine picks up.
Hi, this is Pharaoh.
Just know that I love you. Call back.
I look for tracks.
I would
Well,
immediately
that's-
tell everyone
While
that
we're
my
all
spell did
close,
not work.
I set up the neural.
Brain trust.
been a while.
Brain trust.
Yeah.
Been a while.
Sans Pharaoh. Elburn, you made the cut.
Oh!
Wait,
This is worse than dying.
This is worse than dying.
Oh my god.
wait. So nothing like all of a sudden your voice is just in my head. Like I have no idea.
You've not. I guess you've heard.
You know that it's a thing that
Yeah.
exists, but no, you've not experienced it.
Okay, great. Just all right.
As you guys are all preparing, I will say I won't make you do any rolls. You guys are capable enough trackers. Although it has continued to snow, and the wind has continued to blow and cover the tracks with the combination of Ray and Kelpie's skills, you guys follow the vague sense of Pharaoh's tracks to the sign of a small struggle, and then you see what looks like a body being dragged about
Oh my god.
10, 20 feet
Oh,
away
no.
from that, ending in a straight line that appears in the snow with nothing past it, which is a familiar mark.
Frickin' door.
I immediately am like yelling to the group, like, the door! It's the door!
Oh, it's the door.
I
Okay.
rushed
Do we
over
know what
there,
this
like,
door
hero
is?
knock.
Is this what door?
This
This
is
is the
how
thing that's
people.
been taking
Yeah.
us.
Mm.
Yeah, so that thing
Wait.
that's was picking off the gray tips, now it's
Mhm.
here, and it got
I got
Pharaoh.
it.
Oh,
I think
oh,
I think
oh.
it took the. God damn! I have no idea.
I leaned against a tree, like just kind of like back up, because when I saw the thing, like it had a person in its mouth.
I will
like,
say you don't notice the tracks of that creature.
Oh, like not even me casually.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because you, I mean, it was definitely a weird creature. You would even subconsciously like look for the footprints of that weird ass three-toed creature, and you don't see it.
How many footprints do we see?
You see 2 sets of footprints and a dragged body.
Is
We need to find the gray tips.
I bet that Taz fucker fucking did it. He didn't care about the other 2 people. I bet he did something, and I don't know why he would fuck with us, but I mean, I called him a penis, but that's not enough to murder one of us.
Why would you call someone a penis?
He's a
Okay,
Penis,
okay,
Kelpie.
okay, Kelpie.
What?
Listen, we don't have time for this, but you're absolutely right.
Okay.
Yeah, so just
Okay.
know that you're absolutely right.
I
Okay.
fully,
I-
I gather
Shut
snow.
Oh, I thought you were
gather
saying.
snow real quick, and I like put it into a pile, and I like move it apart a little bit. Like it's thick, like it takes some time, and I put my face
But
in.
Pharaoh is missing.
I
Yeah. Okay.
screamed.
So while all this
Screamed.
is happening, I think I did this before, but I want to look around and see if there's any indication as to like what dimension or what plane or whatever this door is taking people to. If
Can
it's an Arcana check, if I can cast Identify on like the spot.
You can't cast Identify on the spot, but you remember from the last session the way that Elburn described the door.
Mm-hmm.
You already concluded that it's one of those spells that creates like a pocket dimension that is like a
Oh,
building.
right. Yeah.
So like, whatever his fucking name is, Mordecai. I know that's not it, but his magical mansion, like
Uh-huh.
that spell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mordecai.
Since I
That sounds like a
Mordecai.
magician's name, you know what I mean? Mordenkainen or something like that. Yeah, yeah.
Mordecai.
since I didn't,
yeah.
I would still like to, thinking that I might know something with my newfound abilities, do like
Yeah.
an Arcana check,
Totally.
and also, I hadn't done it before, but like as I do it, I'd try to like talk to Athede. I don't know how to, but just
Yeah.
in my head, I'd be like, "Hey, you
You
said you would help us. I don't know if you're like still with me or if I need to talk to Sam, but our friend is gone, and I know I just got back, but you know, here we are, and so if you could help me, cool."
All right, go ahead and roll an Arcana check.
Ooh. And I am proficient now, so that is a 24.
24. All right. So, you definitely recognize what you're able to glean with a 24, just with the knowledge that you have, is that it is definitely it is for sure an arcanic spell. It's not a teleportation spell. It is a conjuring spell. It conjures a door to another dimension. It doesn't teleport them to another dimension, if that makes sense. Also, that's kind of all you're able to glean off of the actual spell because you just
Sure.
don't have a knowledge anyway.
Sure.
But when you reach out to Athede, you do not hear a vocal response, but you are granted the knowledge that it kind of like in a dream, how like when no one tells you something, but you just know it all of a sudden, as if they told you. You know that he is with you, but that he also has his own matters that he has to attend to, and in this moment cannot be with you.
In my head, I'm like, cool, understand. And I'll just like, I'll turn and say, I don't know if you guys like looked into this before, and I assume you probably already know, and Ava probably already knows, but this was definitely seems like something was conjured, not teleported away like when I went to the Feywild or something. But I already known that. I was just saying.
Yeah,
We
I mean
did not.
that lines up with it seems like it's a door to like a pocket dimension of some sort. I don't know the exact
It's got to
spell,
be
but
that necklace. It's got to be something to do with that necklace.
Cool. So are
Exactly.
we gonna go find the Grey Tips and figure out
Yeah.
why they murdered our friend, or are we gonna just sit here and talk?
Well,
about
I don't know.
Ray,
Is it
can
We
the
you
don't
Grey
find
know
him?
Tips?
he's dead, so we should
It's
probably
gotta
not
be.
say he's dead until we
I
leave.
watched a man die last night, or last night?
Yeah,
Was it
but do we know if
We don't
it's
know
the Grey
Pharaoh's dead.
Tips, or do we know if it's rogues?
It's got to be
Like,
something
is
with
it-
that
We at
necklace. That's our
least
only lead that I
know-
have.
It
we
is
at
dark,
least
so
know that it's attacking
rogue.
us, and
Yeah.
we can maybe go back to see if it attacked them. Just
Yeah.
to see if we can get more information during the day.
Do the two footprints look to be of the exact same size?
Roughly.
These footprints look-
One set of footprints is slightly smaller.
Okay, these footprints look roughly similar.
Okay, cool. That's two people we need to murder. Can we find them? What
Yeah,
what information
Ray,
is that
do you
telling?
know the track that they take? Do you know where we?
I
could
mean, yeah,
intercept them?
I know how to get to
You guys have, because
the
there's still
path that they're going.
yeah,
how
and
did they
there's
catch up to us though?
I was about to say there's still a kind of just like one path to take because you're far enough away from the Grey Tips, so you can just backtrack the path that you took yesterday and you would get to them.
Does
Let's
it
go.
this is gonna, maybe you covered this, but is the path to where the door led up, like where the path ends, is it going backtracking or is it going forward? Do you know what I'm asking?
There, all you can tell is the path, like from the scene of the struggle to the
Mhm.
door, and then nothing else.
But is it going in the direction behind us, like where we came from, or is it going ahead of us? Or to the sides?
It's going like to the north, so like to the side. Because you
Okay,
guys are
so it's
heading
not-
east, they're west. It went to the north.
Okay, so
I would say, just with your knowledge of tracking,
mhm.
and just with your knowledge of what Kelpie and Ava were able to glean from this spell, that the door seemingly can appear anywhere.
Yeah.
So the direction that they walked to get to the door probably doesn't have much
yeah.
meaning as to what direction the people were headed. Because they could be heading north, but they also could be west,
Yeah.
east, or south of you.
So I'm gonna turn to the group and I'm gonna be like, you guys, I have a way that I can summon Tiny again. Do you want me to like get
You
a
could- you-
fuller range?
And you could get to the Grey Tips faster than anybody else.
Yeah. So like if
think we should
if
stick
you want me to
together.
go ahead and, but I
I
mean, I'm part
just-
of the brain trust now, so if I go and I can see
Brain trust.
that
How long is the brain trust? Or not duration, but length?
A mile.
Okay.
oh,
I don't think you should go alone.
I'll go with her.
Oh,
I think we should all try to
I will
stick
too.
together.
Okay.
I'll get on Tiny.
is Ray now the most popular? Who said they would go with me?
Everyone.
Everyone. Me and
Okay.
Elburn, at least. I glared at Elburn.
I think we should
I'm murder
stick
fan.
as much of a group as possible.
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe
I
if
think-
you want to get like an overhead, see if they're even still there.
I mean, that's what I was thinking. Is like I go and like I can get there faster.
Although then
Like,
we
get
would
to where
know
they are.
then they would know that we're like checking in on them.
well, it's the middle of the night. They might not.
And they're
Yeah.
afraid of me, apparently, so we can use that to our advantage if we want to scare some shit out of them.
And
It's
I
like
have a
they're
way. I have a way to like hide myself. So
Yeah, I mean, it's up to you. Yeah, I'm gonna just get on my horse and
I'm-
start.
Okay,
heading
real
towards
quick,
them.
I'm just gonna check in with Rev, just because I know that sometimes.
Sorry.
Just honestly, just checking in. Are you good?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I just want to make sure because I know that sometimes like people
Mhm.
don't want, and so I just want like if you have nothing to say, that's 100% fine, and that's always okay. But I never want it to be because you feel like you don't have the chance to say something. So that's all that
Sid-
was.
Sitting here feeling guilty because I totally missed that Pharaoh was by himself on that watch, and I definitely would have taken it. And it's also like it's too. I mean, like even in that moment, it was too late to be like, no, I would be there too.
No, I understand. Yeah, I get that, man. And I did. Yeah, I was listening, and I was like, is anyone gonna? No,
Mhm.
no. Okay, I'm gonna do it.
Well, because you were like, yeah, Ava and Kelpie don't need to take a cool.
Yeah,
nap
I did
break.
that- I did that on-
filled out
yeah,
the
I
roster already.
I will admit that was a little evil of me. I for sure asked. I for sure said
How
that on
dare.
purpose. I was like, yeah, so
I
Abra
like
and
that.
Abra and Kelpie, you guys don't need to take a watch if you don't want to. Like,
Okay.
okay, so so you guys all head in that direction.
I choose Kelpie as my traveling companion.
Ooh.
I
Elburn,
look at
response?
Elburn
Elburn?
as I get on.
I
Tiny.
start
Elburn, the mic
posting-
is in your face.
I have no comment.
I would
I give-
love to give you guys an NPC that's just a reporter. That's like always
Oh my
asking you,
God.
like, your opinions
when
on
we get
things. Like,
when we
so
get to like
funny.
level like 12 or 13 and we're so famous that they like send like a scribe to like
Yeah.
write down our
You guys have
The
you guys have like a
traveling
crew
bard.
that travels
Yeah.
with you.
Yes.
It's like-
They build up like a little stool that like pulls
Every
us
person-
aside and puts us down. Like, how did you feel about today?
Every person we meet, like, just ignore the cameras. They're documenting.
Yeah. Ignore this. Like the
Ignore
boom
this.
I
mic
love
is
that.
like a magical diamond that's like hanging
Yeah.
from a stick.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
Anyway,
Here we go.
I want to
It's
give
definitely
Gidget.
like hightailing it in that direction.
For sure.
So, like,
Yeah.
double
Yeah.
timing it.
I'm gonna
double
give
timing it.
Gidget to Kelpie.
Cool. I'll put
Or
Sam on one
Ray.
shoulder,
I'll just like
Gidget on the other.
hand him in that direction, whoever takes him.
Ray, do you fly faster than everybody, or do you keep above everybody?
I think that I am gonna try to at least just stay.
And let me just real quick, let me confirm.
Yeah.
What is the flight speed of Tiny, and what is the flight speed of just a regular, or a run speed of a regular horse? Does anyone have that?
Okay.
So
A
Tiny
war
has
horse is
60 feet.
Okay, what?
60
a war horse
feet
is
for
60
me.
feet.
Sorry, that's my bad. Okay, so Tiny is 60 feet as well. Okay, so so Tiny's able to still go a little bit faster just because he doesn't have like the ground and stuff to keep him, but it's a pretty well-worn path, especially since you guys traveled it late yesterday. So you're not able to get like super far ahead of the group. People are able to kind of stay back with you, or stay under you, I should say.
And I did use a first level spell slot to summon him again because I haven't had a long rest.
Okay, cool. Thank you for keeping track of that.
Aw.
After about 2 hours of travel, you guys see in the distance 2 caravans heading towards you. And I'm assuming you keep going. You get
Is
within.
that the?
They look familiar. Yeah.
Yeah.
You get within.
Before we like get there,
Yeah.
I'll look at Ava and be like, "Are we just like going in there accusatory? How do you think we should I want to go in there and yell at them, but I'm gonna look to you for maybe some advice.
I mean, we're going in the middle of the night. They're automatically going to be hostile.
There, it's actually the sun is up now.
Oh yeah, right in the morning. I think maybe not all of them are responsible for this, so maybe we
You're
go
here.
in trying to be
I know.
sympathetic.
Okay.
He's trying to learn manners, Atticus.
Should we go in assuming that? Okay, so maybe don't go in assuming that all of them know. I mean, they know that Pharaoh's there. How are they?
I'm going to
keep
save
his
you guys
body
some
in a small
conversation. As the caravans are approaching, you see the figure of Mutt and the figure of Griv on the first wagon as they continue coming. You see some markings from the air on the canvas of the caravan wagons, Ray, but it's and Kofi, but it's kind of hard to glean what it is until you get a little bit closer. And as they approach, you see that Mutt and Griv are like hunched over. And you see that Taz and Angus are in the driver's seat of the back caravan, and that they are also hunched over.
They're dead.
And you see, Ray, that the markings on the canvas tents, there's like red lettering, and you're able to tell out that like it says some words in Elvish. Do you know Elvish?
I do.
Kelpie, you know Elvish. You from this angle can see them. And I will get back to that in just a second. And Atticus Atticus for sure, and Elburn, as you guys are galloping and getting closer and closer, going full speed, you notice that they aren't hunched over. In the lap of both Mutt and Griv sit their respective heads.
Oh.
Blood is covering their bodies. On the back wagon, both Taz and Angus are also beheaded with their heads
guys.
in their bodies, in their laps.
But I'm fine.
In Elvish, combined with both wagons, in big letters, Xavier sends his regards.
Okay, fucking Red Wedding. What the fuck?
I just like.
I'll
lean
search
back.
the bodies for Pharaoh.
Yeah, you search the caravans, and there's like some provisions that the Grey Tips had, but you don't notice any bodies or anything.
I immediately start...
You do notice that you do not see Dakar or Davis Unstride.
Right.
I
start
tell
moving
Ray
bodies
what
to
the
burn, like, a
words
mile
say.
apart.
Sorry, Elburn, go ahead.
I'm just moving the bodies like in a place, and I'm gonna prepare to just burn them.
Okay, cool. And then Kofi, what were you saying?
I just said I would tell Ray what I see.
Oh, okay.
Does Xavier sends his regards, and then when we get down, I would tell Avra.
Yeah, anyone
When I-
who reads
when-
Elvish is able
Oh,
to
right,
kind
okay.
of is able to kind of like step back and see that that's what it says.
When she says that Xavier sends his regards, I was like, Xavier, that's Peeldor, right? They're the same person.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
I'm
I'll
pretty
just
sure. at
shout
least.
out, the twins are gone.
Twins probably did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't find Pharaoh. So I
Pharaoh
think
talked
Pharaoh's
to
still
them
alive.
yesterday, right?
He
Mhm.
did.
Well, one
Yeah.
of them was
Oh.
the one that had the thingy, right?
Yeah.
We probably should have guessed that was gonna
Yeah.
happen.
But I mean, I tried to. I know it doesn't mean much, but I tried to cast. I tried to contact him, and I couldn't.
Because he's
Is
dead.
he dead?
No, he could be sleeping, right?
No,
Or
he's dead.
I guess I
unconscious.
couldn't contact you and you weren't dead, so.
Yeah. So maybe it just didn't work.
He is either dead, unconscious, or somehow there's a spell over him, or he's like in an anti-magic shield or something like that.
Now,
Are
was
we
it-
still in the air?
The two of you have landed now.
Okay.
If you wanted to. I'm assuming you did.
I mean, yeah, to have this conversation, yeah.
I want to tell
We're just
Gustav
yelling
to
down.
smell around for tracks of the twins in the area.
Isn't Gustav a horse right now?
No, I was riding a horse. He's still a dog.
Oh wait, yeah, you just got a horse. Gustav does sense their sense. And they continue back the way the caravan came from.
Heading that direction.
I think we should just follow
I want to
as quickly
pop
as we
up
can.
back on Tiny too, and like kind of be like above Gustav, but before or like in front of the
Make
crew.
a survival check at advantage, Ray.
Ma'am.
Uh-huh.
At advantage. Question. Okay, this is gonna sound real noobish.
Yeah.
If the little mark on our ability scores that is proficiency, does that mean we always get to roll at advantage?
No.
Or is that no? It just means that you're proficient.
It means you get to add your proficiency bonus to the roll. But in D&D Beyond, that's done for you.
Oh, so the number that I have right here.
Yeah. Notice that the numbers. So the numbers come from your modifiers on your stats.
Yeah.
And then if you add the proficiency bonus, so like you'll notice that a non-proficient wisdom skill just has your wisdom modifier straight.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah. No problem.
Well, that is an 18.
18. Yeah. With Gustav's help and Tiny's height advantage, you're able to see the tracks that he is sniffing, and you follow them. They go about 200, 300 feet behind the caravan, off to the side, and then ends in a horizontal, unnatural straight line.
Fuck. I'm gonna turn to Kelpie and be like, I'm assuming, did Kelpie come with me or?
Yeah,
no?
sure.
You did? Okay.
Yeah.
Get up here! I like grabbed you and like slammed you.
I assume that you guys kind of like landed, but just stayed on top of Tiny.
Yeah. And I'm gonna turn to Kelpie and be like, so can you do this thing that this is doing? Do you have access to that magic or no?
Like make it door thing?
Yeah, can you do a door thing or can you conjure? You could do so many cool things. I just want to be like you.
I'm
sorry. Now's not the time for this.
What?
Can you do this?
I think so. I mean, I haven't really all these new things that I can do. I haven't done that much of, so I don't know. But maybe. I don't know.
No pressure or anything. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I mean, I can try something. And I don't think there's anything even remotely close that I could even try. So probably I would just scrunch my eyes and think really hard, and nothing would happen.
Yeah, it's cute. She does something. She does something cute.
Cool, and I'll just be like, oh, that was cute. Cool. Well, I'll land Tiny then with us on him at the line.
Yeah.
At
And
the
Gustav,
line.
when he reaches that straight line, he telepathically tells you it's the fucking same shit.
Look, I don't know what the answer is, but it seems like we need to make a decision quickly, and I could try to contact Peeldor.
Can't we spy on him, Elburn? Can't you do that thing?
I can't say anything, but if she talks to him and I scry at the same time, I can see what fucking reaction he has.
Maybe don't spy on Peeldor, but maybe spy on Pharaoh.
Oh.
That's
or maybe one of the twins.
I immediately, I like start to like do like whatever I do for the scrying.
I start to do whatever I do.
I know.
I give the finger guns to everyone, and everyone's like, "We don't have time for this."
Roll an intelligence check first, Elburn.
Ray's gonna be behind Kelpie, beaming that Elburn's using magic.
15.
You remember enough about magic to remember that scrying the target specifically needs to be on the same plane as you. And if they did go into that door and Avra is right, they are technically in a different plane of existence. So you can still try. I just want to let you know that you remember that.
No, I would have, as soon as I like grab it, I like stop myself and I go, okay, I don't know how much you know about scrying Abra, and then I say that to
He
Abra.
mansplaining
Mansplains.
scrying.
No, Avra did not know it because she just suggested that he did do it.
And then
Avra
I
can't
go,
scry, so she doesn't know.
like
about
I don't know if you've ever messed with scry spells before, but I forgot.
Yeah, you know, I know a little bit about it.
Oh my god.
I'm just that's not what I meant. I meant that.
Yeah, no, it's cool. So should I cast my spell or?
I can still scry on Fieldor because I don't think he's on a different plane. I mean, the last time I saw him, I got to him. So
I mean, we don't know that they're still on another plane.
That's what I was just gonna say, like, they could be back by now.
They could be with Pildor. We have no idea.
I can do this once a day. So if we use it, it's used for today.
Yeah, I think it's a good use.
So I'll
But I
scry.
I mean, I could give a fuck where Pildor is. If it's with Pharaoh, that's great. That's really all that I care about.
I think you should scry on one of the twins.
All right, who was the one that had the medallion? Was it Deva or
Deva.
David did.
Deva? I try to scry on Deva. I grab the medallion and do a little scry.
You scry on Deva, and your vision clouds for a second, and then comes into fruition, and you are in a familiar snowy landscape, and you currently see Deva hunched over at the base of a snowy tree. She is currently she has her dagger out and seems to be whittling something in the tree, and you hear her humming.
I think I'm gonna disembowel her, but like whatever.
And she kind of moves to the side, and you see that she's not whittling something in the tree, but rather in the forehead of Pharaoh Ganondel,
Oh my fucking god.
as he is tied to the tree, his mouth gagged, his eyes blindfolded, his hands behind his back, currently still unconscious, as she seems to be carving elvish words into his forehead.
Mm-hmm.
And they are an ancient elvish dialect. But you're able to kind of see what it says. But it doesn't really have a translation in common, but it is basically a curse in ancient elvish. That it's could be just a superstition, like you've never like seen, like it's just like a myth practically that you've heard about, is this curse. It's just like it's almost something that people in ancient elvish would like say to each other, like a plague on both of your houses kind of a thing.
Cool. What defining characteristics do I see around them?
You see that she's at the base of a snowy tree. You see snow all around, and unfortunately, I mean, you're focused on her. The image is focused on her, so it's hard to see anything else around. But your vision eventually fades, the spell ending, and
I let go and I kind of like start for a second and I breathe, and then I very tactfully figure out how to put it without causing a mass panic, but also the exact right amount of panic. I go, okay, they are on this plane. Pharaoh is alive. He is bound and gagged to a tree. he is currently being used as a whetstone by Deva,
Oh,
carving something into his forehead. So we have about 5 seconds to discuss what we should do before we go to the follow the tracks, because there's no time.
There's no tracks.
There's no
Yeah.
tracks.
I'd
There's
like
no tra- she's
they
they're
teleported.
on this plane, and it seemed vaguely familiar. So it's vaguely nearby here, whether that's a mile.
Ray,
I
could you get up
cast-
and look from above?
yep,
I-
I'm on it.
wait. Well,
Oh.
I say wait, and then I cast locate object, and then I'll go with her, so we can do some sweet.
What,
Yeah.
Real quick,
what
wait.
object do you focus the spell
I was
on?
about to say, if I were to describe an object to her, could she locate it?
I mean, I've seen Pharaoh enough that I could choose something like his armor that he has offered me many times to wear.
You could confirm for her that he was wearing his armor, and then that's
yeah,
what she could.
I would
wear.
do like armor or
Yeah.
shield or something
Great. I
that's
say he was wearing his armor, though it was not doing much good.
right. Okay, and so I'll cast locate object for his armor.
Okay.
We flying.
Like sonar.
And then do
Yeah.
the rest of you just kind of like stay underneath Ray?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would try to follow the best I
I
That's
asked
Yeah.
if I could ride with Ray so I can see if I can spot the area that I.
Tiny can
Two
handle
over now.
Tiny can handle Ray and Kelpie or Ray and Elburn, but she can't.
Oh, it's
can't
Kelpie
handle-
on. Oh,
Yeah.
Kelpie's on. Tiny.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Forgot.
No worries. And
Sorry,
so, what direction do you fly?
Where's the locate object?
No ping yet.
No ping. Fuck. You said it was snowy.
Mm-hmm.
We would have known that it was snowy. I'm gonna go closer to the mountains then.
Okay. So you start heading closer to the mountains, the direction that you guys were eventually already heading.
Yeah.
You fly for about an hour. I need you to make a luck check for me. Go ahead and just roll a regular d20.
A luck check. Oh my god, some homebrew bullshit. No modifiers?
Nope.
No advantages?
Sorry.
Oh no.
12.
Okay, so you don't find him yet. Pharaoh. You slowly come to consciousness. You cannot speak, for there is a gag in your mouth. You cannot see, if your eyes have been blindfolded. But you can feel. And what you feel is immense pain. First and foremost, coming from your abdomen, where you can feel the wetness of your tunic underneath your armor, sticking to your body from the blood that you have already lost. And it takes you a moment to notice, but the second amount of pain is coming from your head, as the front of your head is just throbbing. And you can't see or speak, but you can feel and you can hear. And you hear a familiar tone. And you just hear the humming. And then you hear the familiar voice of Dakar Sunstride. Oh, could you shut the fuck up with it? That song is so fucking annoying. Jesus Christ. She says, well, it worked, didn't it? I was able to get young Pharaoh. Yes, I suppose you were, but you just have to annoy me with it for the rest of existence. I don't know. It kind of has a nice little lilt to it. I might have to make it a part of my repertoire. Oh, great. Can't wait for that. So, how long? Well, we should be able to use it again here in a few hours. Then we can rest in the mansion and make sure that they can't find us anymore. We'll definitely be out of their grasp by then. Then we can head to Xavier, and he can do whatever he wants with them. So, how do you think you're going to do it? I don't know. Been such a long time since I killed one of our own. It is nice for Xavier not to force us to bring him back alive. That's good. So, I think I want to make a little bit of a scene. Make it a bit dramatic. Make them really wish that they had just been a little bit faster. A little bit smarter. Jesus, sister. You're messed up right in the head, aren't you? No more than you are, brother. Pharaoh, do you try to do anything in this moment? You have a brief moment of clarity.
I know I'm gagged, but through the gag I hum Kumbaya.
Oh. Looks like someone's got a little bit of fight left in them, huh? Well, I appreciate your commitment to the cause. And you feel a sharp pang as another slit is made in your abdomen and conscious escapes you yet again. All right, so do you keep heading in the direction of the mountains? Do you change direction? What do you do, Ray?
I asked to stop to take a shit for like 3 hours.
Have we gotten any?
No pings yet.
Well, I think that if we didn't get a ping, like, what's the range? Do I know?
1,000 feet.
Oh, fuck me.
Also, it only lasts for 10 minutes. So if we were flying for an hour, I would.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you
Not
no
be
longer
able to
have
do
you
too
no
much.
longer have the locate object.
And I used all of my second spell slots.
That was fine. Singing Kumbaya.
You're muted, Eric. Sorry.
Is Gustav getting any Pharaoh scent or the scent of his wafers or?
Go ahead and roll a perception check at advantage for Gustav.
Pheromones.
Pheromones, bro.
Pheromones.
That's what happens when you.
Does he?
16.
No, it does not.
I should have prepared that one.
I know that. I'm sitting here like,
Could have done locate creature.
Is the brain trust still?
That's all. That's 8 hours, right, Rev?
It's a minimum of like 4 based on
okay.
like D4. So
Well, it's still within that.
yeah,
time,
right.
Has it been used at all?
Well, so I'm like, as I'm like flying, I'm gonna, because we can talk even though Rev, because I'm still new to the brain trust, Rev has control over it, but can I speak to the entire group through it? So I'm like in the brain trust being like, Elburn, you said it was snowy, right? Was it like mountain snowy or flat snowy?
Very
Like
loudly go,
tundra.
I'm in the brain trust.
welcome.
Yes.
I smile and then say,
to answer your question, it looked like very similar to where you had spent the night previously. As far as like snowfall and trees and
I would,
Does the area that we're in right now look more or less?
you headed
Like
back
me.
the direction you came, so it looks like it. Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead and make a
Yeah, can I perceive?
make a perception
Can I-
check. Make a perception check at advantage because Kelpie's on the back of Tiny looking with you as well. Unless you want Kelpie to roll it, and she gets
Kelpie,
advantage.
Can Kelpie roll advantage? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, because I got a dirty 20 on that.
Well,
Wait, you want me to roll?
yeah, it's either you roll or she rolls. And now.
Oh, I thought you meant that I could roll at advantage, or we both could roll.
Oh, okay. Well, honestly, you just got a dirty
Since
20.
we're both looking.
It doesn't matter. You
Yeah.
just got a dirty 20. So that's
Okay.
so.
30, yeah.
So the two of you both notice. You are able to see where you had camped the night previously from the air, because it was like a clearing. You notice that there are fresh tracks coming from the line that weren't there previously.
I'm gonna instantly land Tiny.
Yeah. You land and you see that the slit in the snow where the door was last time is a little bit more fresh than it was, and that there are tracks, although the wind has already blown some of them away, there are tracks heading away from that. And
I'm gonna follow as long as I can.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, no, and you guys continue to follow them. I need you to make a luck check for me.
God, this damn fucking luck check.
Are we all together? Like, are we at the tracks too, or just?
You guys are like, what would it be? I mean, like 100 feet behind Ray.
Okay.
So like, you see her land, you see her look at this thing, you see her continue on. I'm assuming you just like follow her.
Yeah.
What'd you find, Ray, in the brain trust?
Yeah.
Tracks. I think I got a 15.
Okay. Barrow. Consciousness comes to you one more time. And, you feel a hand on the bottom of your chin. All right, young elf. I'm so sorry that you have to go this way. I really feel that, you could have been a good time. But your friends, unfortunately, like to put their foot in their mouth quite often. And they like to offend people by, killing them. And the person who hired us, well, he's a lot more powerful than your friends. And we're gonna choose to be on their bad side, and not his. So don't take it personally. I'd ask you if there's any last words, but don't really trust you to not try to cast a spell. I'm sure you understand. All right, well, goodbye, Pharaoh Ganondel. You feel a sharp pain, searing, coming from your throat as it is slit, and you fall unconscious. And over the next minute, Pharaoh Ganondel dies.
Can't he do death saving throws? If he gets a natural 20 or something?
That is a very good point. If he wasn't subsequently stabbed a few more times. As
What did you do, Matt?
the final breath, as the final breath leaves Pharaoh's mind, or leaves Pharaoh's body, there is a sound of a ringing in the air that all of you hear. And it immediately pulls you in a certain direction. It was almost in the direction that you're heading, but a little bit off. And you sprint towards it, and it seems to fuel you with adrenaline. And Pharaoh, in the darkness of your mind, you begin to hear a ringing as well. And a bright orb of light appears in front of you. We are holding you for as long as we can, Pharaoh Ganondorf. Your soul is in your friend's hands.
Oh fuck.
The rest of you, I need you to roll initiative.
Fuck.
All right, guys. Scott's gonna die.
Of who?
Zachary Paul
again?
Tabor, I swear to God.
Don't screw this up, guys.
Natural one is good, right?
Yeah, for sure, man.
That's not what I.
Okay.
How you feeling, Matt?
Bad.
I'm sorry you're feeling bad, buddy.
It's okay. I'll survive.
Will
We
you?
don't know that.
Will we
We
though?
don't know, man.
I'll survive. I'll survive.
Not according to this badass music.
That's a little much of it. What
I'm
about
for it.
let's just lower
I
this
like
a bit.
it.
Okay. All right. Rev, what'd you get?
19.
19. Kelpie.
18.
Oh, 18. Avra.
I also got 18.
10.
10. Elburn will go before Kelpie. Atticus.
21.
21. Ray.
11.
And I think that's everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. Not you, Matt. You're dead.
I scream as we roll up. I should have eaten your wafers. I love your wafers. We can't see without his glasses.
Okay, and then I need everyone to roll a perception check for me.
Ooh, nat 20.
Oh shit.
Dirty 20.
8.
26 total for me.
16.
16.
Okay, so
10.
10.
you are all able. She rolled really low. You're all able to see Deva. She tried to hide from all of you. So as you are running forward, you
We're still on our horses?
You are on your horses.
Okay.
So as you're riding forward, I think Ray is running. Which it makes sense as to why she's a little bit further behind.
I'd be running too, but I would have wild shaped. So
Okay.
I don't know how that would go, but like if we had to get somewhere fast, knowing I'm tiny, I would be something else that goes faster.
For sure, yeah. So you guys approach this clearing where you're hearing this ringing come from, and the first thing that you see is a bright orb of light that is appearing almost as if it is a mini sun above both Deva and Dakar, and has a string of translucent light that seems to be attaching itself to the chest of Pharaoh Ganondel, who is hunched over, covered in blood, with a tied to a tree. So this is what you see. Deva is behind that same tree of Pharaoh, peeking out a little bit, and Dakar is guns out, looking up at this bright orb of light. Top of the turn order, Atticus. You start about 50 feet away from these people.
How far can we see Pharaoh?
You can.
Like, how far am I away from Pharaoh?
From Pharaoh, about 50 feet away.
50 feet? Oh, I would ride 60 feet with my horse towards straight towards Pharaoh.
Totally, yeah, easy enough. You're there. You're able to reach Pharaoh. Dakar's right there as well, looking at you. But yeah, you're able to get there with the horse's movement.
Yeah, I mean, I would jump off and just wrap my arms around Pharaoh and cast Lay on Hands. And I have 40, and you'll get 35 just in case something else happens.
Dead, though.
You put your hands on him and he is dead. Yeah.
He's dead.
He's dead.
Well, he's
yeah.
holding him. I thought I could maybe.
Yeah. No,
That's
he
fine.
no. You don't have. I'll say that you notice that is something you can't do. You don't lose any lay on hands. But yeah, what happened is I tried to describe it in a pleasant way, but I think I confused you. As I said, he subsequently dies. She slit his throat and then just kind of kept stabbing him. Which was the failed death saving throws. So he just
I thought 'cause
died.
the orb was there, I might be able to.
Oh, I understand. Okay, gotcha. I understand. No. I just didn't want you to
For sure.
be confused. I apologize.
Well, if I'm on Pharaoh and I can't do anything. Was that my action? Did I
Nope,
use my
still
action
just
to
your
do that?
movement.
Okay,
Yep,
cool.
just your movement. Yep.
Well, then I'll just go up to whatever twin is closest to me and slash him.
Yeah, it would be Dakar. So the horse kind of continues a little bit past you.
Yeah.
And you land there next to Pharaoh. Go to touch him. You see that unfortunately he is dead, but you also see the orb of light. You're holding out hope. Lyra's giving you hope. You turn, and you just slice.
Are
the
they
boy
in
twice.
a line? Or are they?
She's behind the tree, so she's between the tree is between
I'm
you
trying
and
to see
her.
if I can maybe lightning bolt both of them.
No, he is. Yeah, she's like to your. She's behind Pharaoh, and then he's in front of Pharaoh.
Then I'll just swing twice. Dirty 20 and a
Hits.
13.
13 misses, but the dirty 20 hits.
I'm gonna pump a second level divine smite into it then.
Yeah, you are.
So that'd be, is she undead?
He is not undead.
Is he undead? Okay. So 3d8. So that is 4d8. So that's 8, 9, 15, 18, and then a d6 of lightning damage. So
Obliterate.
plus another 4 of lightning damage.
Nice. What was that total?
So 9, 10,
Alright.
18 plus 4, so 22.
Nice. 22. Yeah, you slice him right into his shoulder. It goes into his collarbone a little bit. You thunder in the divine smite, and it sends him flying to his right. You're able to pull out the sword. You attempt to get him on the second one, but he's able to dodge out of the way. He immediately puts his hand up on his shoulders. And do you have a bonus action?
I will. No. That's
Okay. He is then going to look at you and kind of grimace, and he shakes his shoulder and he spins his guns, and he's going to take 3 shots at you. The first one getting a 12, which misses. The second one is a 19.
Miss.
Oh, that shield.
I have 21 AC.
Well, the second one is a 27, so that one will hit.
That hits.
He does max damage. He does 15 points of piercing damage to you.
Cool.
As you're able to block the first 2 bullets with the shield, surprisingly so. They are very quick projectiles, and you almost impress yourself with how quickly you're able to block them. But the third one you just weren't ready for, because you're used to crossbows, which is a one and done thing. But somehow these devices that this guy has, these guns, you're not really familiar with it. He's able to get more shots off before reloading, and that third one comes up under your armor and hits you in the abdomen. He is then going to No, he's just going to, well, yeah, he's going to attempt to run away. So you get an attack of opportunity on him.
Attack for opportunity, and I also have the Sentinel feat.
Ooh, okay, great. Great feat for a paladin to have.
Take attack for opportunity. And that's a natural 20.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh, all
And I'm
right.
going to pump another second level divine smite into it.
Yeah, you are. Man, paladins, dude.
So that is another 4d8 plus a d6. Doubled.
Jesus Christ. One man fucking army again.
Fuck this guy.
Yeah,
God.
no joke.
First the dragon, now this.
Yeah,
That's
showing us all up.
That's okay. 8, 11.
I know I'm gonna like.
14, 15, plus 6, 21 times 2, so 42 points damage.
Ooh.
Okay, bye.
And they can't move. Their speed drops to 0.
Yeah, I mean, he not only does his speed drop to 0, but you just like stab him right in the back, and he just falls to his knees, and it just screams out in pain. And that'll be the end of his turn. Rev, you're the next one to ride up.
Yeah. Where is Deva?
Deva is on the other side of the tree, about 50, 55 feet away from you. But you're on a horse, so you can get there with your movement.
Yep. As I ride up, I use Phantasmal Force on her.
Okay, great.
To make the tree that Pharaoh is at burst into flame, and flame erupts 10 feet around it.
Awesome. What is is that a wisdom saving throw?
It's an intelligence saving throw.
Intelligence, cool. She gets a unfortunately she gets a 21.
Yep.
She's a rogue, so her intelligence saves are pretty good.
Sure. Yeah. So she
Does
sees
she
that
still
the tree's on fire,
but she's able to gleam? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You definitely see her start and push back, and what I will say is I know you're riding up to her, so it might not matter, but she would have had half cover, and when she starts back for a second, you give it to just a quarter cover, which I know is not much, but yeah, so that's what happens.
Yeah, and she's the only one who sees the flame, and
Cool.
she realizes it's an illusion. So,
You have a bonus action if you want to use it. Bean.
Yeah, as I ride up, I create a projected mind knife to throw at her.
Oh, fantastic.
Uh-huh.
Are you able to attack with that as soon as you conjure it?
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
Dope. Like spiritual weapon.
That's a 22.
That will hit.
And that is 7 points of force damage.
Nice,
Psychic damage, rather. Yeah.
Great. So yeah, you cast the spell, and she jumps back, and then kind of knowingly puts a hand out, and then looks to you like, "Haha, I'm smarter than you," and you've already conjured that psi knife, and you're like, "Haha, I was prepared for this outcome as well," and you throw the mental dagger towards her, and it slams into her shoulder before dissipating, and she looks at you with a grimace. That will be the end of your turn.
Correct.
And it is now Elburn's turn. Kelfie, you're on deck.
So I'm on the horse. So while I'm I'm going to ride towards Deva and take a longbow shot.
Yep. Do it.
A natural 20.
Nice.
Fuck yes.
And that'll be. Cool. So that's 16 points of piercing damage.
Yeah. So the first the psi knife hits her in one shoulder. She looks back. An arrow punctures her other one.
Yeah, and then I'm going to keep my horse riding at her, and then jump off to take an extra attack, putting my longbow away and just
sure.
trying to I don't know.
Trying to
what
punch
you
her or
would call
something?
it, but, tiger kick her as I get off the horse.
Yeah, for sure.
Diving forward to just slam it into her chest.
Yeah, go ahead.
So that'll be dirty 20.
Dirty 20. That hits for sure.
Awesome.
Even with quarter
and then
cover.
I'm going to So for hitting, I scrolled past it. Whoops. So that's 8 points of bludgeoning damage, and on that, I'm going to use a superiority die to try and grapple her as a bonus action. I'm going to try and get my hands around her throat and just like go for a strangle.
For sure. Go ahead and roll a athletics check.
Yeah. Oh, wait, what? I was rolling the d8. And I'm like, no, I have to do a 20 and then add the thing. God, I hope this works. Let me do. That is 21.
She also got a 21, but you are the attacker, which means you grapple her. Yeah, you slam into her, not only doing the damage of the initial impact of yourself, but then poof, slamming her to the ground as well.
Awesome.
And then I think do you have a bonus action still?
That was the grappling her was the bonus action.
Okay, great. So that is the end of your turn.
Yes.
Kelpie, you're up. Ray, you'll be
Cool.
on deck after Deva.
Because I know Dava's kind of in the cover since she's behind, and she would be still like 50 feet from me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I would have turned into something that has the most speed that I can think of, which I thought, but also attack, so not just a horse. So I would have wild shaped into a giant elk as we were like running towards the ringing.
Totally, yeah.
They have a 60 feet of movement, so can I skirt to the side just enough to keep her out of cover so I can straight on ram her as an elk?
Unfortunately, because Elburn has grappled her, you would hit Elburn.
Okay.
Oops.
What's his name is
But you can
on
hit,
his knees still,
but you
right?
can hit Dakar. Yeah.
Yeah. So then I'll just straight charge him.
You have advantage
So
on
ram
this
him.
because he is on his knees.
Noise. Okay, so then that is a 22 to hit.
22 hits.
And I get, if I move very far with a ram attack, he needs to make a strength saving throw to see if he's knocked prone. And he takes,
Fails that.
and he'll take 46 damage. Math. So he'll take 20 bludgeoning damage and get knocked prone.
You run up on Dakar, and you first hit him with your antlers, sending him flying through the air about 3 feet, landing prone face first, and then you just continue going. Your hoof, your left hoof, cracks down on top of his spine, and you feel the crack from underneath your hoof as Dakar falls unconscious.
Cool. I just then like let out the like angrily as I look at the other one.
Yeah, totally.
Atticus is just like, yeah! Kelpie!
That'll be the end of
It's good to be
Kelpie's
back.
turn. It's now Dava's
Yeah.
turn. Dava, currently being strangled by Elburn, seemingly feels her brother fall unconscious and tries screaming "No!" from underneath Elburn. She looks at you, Elburn, and just kind of like smiles and almost accepts the grapple, and then takes out from behind her back a loaded hand crossbow.
But fucking do it.
And aims it just past Elburn. Avra, does a 16 hit you? Avra?
It matches my AC. Sorry, I
Okay,
was
so
muted.
that'll hit you. You have not gone yet, so this is an automatic critical hit.
Oh
When I-
my
You
god.
take.
Do I have? Am I able to have a reaction?
No.
No. Okay.
Unless you have a reaction that's like deflect missiles or something.
Oh, son
I
of
have
a bitch.
absorb elements.
This is not an element that's coming at you. You take 25 points of piercing damage,
Good fucking.
Okay.
and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
She said, okay.
Is she within 10 feet of Atticus?
She is
Probably
not.
Figured.
Fuck, and I got an 8 on my Constitution saving throw.
You take.
Wait, I want to give her inspiration.
Okay. That
Can
is
you just
allowed.
do that?
Yep.
I have it. You can give it.
Yep. That is
Oh,
allowed.
yeah,
Action.
I have inspiration.
So re-roll that d20. Re-roll that.
14.
Damn it.
Unfortunately, it is still too low.
Damn it.
You take 22 points of poison damage,
Fuck me, man.
and are poisoned.
Poison.
Are you conscious still?
Barely.
Okay. That is
And you
the
shit your pants.
that is the end of Dave's turn as she smiles after hitting her target and is still just looking at you, Elburn, smiling.
I'm so mad I
Um,
forgot my action surge. I'm so angry.
Ray, it's your turn.
Okay, fuck this bitch! And I anime runs.
Yeah.
As I pull out my longbow and I crunch an arrow off of my quiver, my like bramble heart quiver, and I shoot the first shot at Deva. Is that
Dava.
The-
Mhm, yeah.
Deva? Yeah, and I'm not gonna hit. Who does she have? Elburn's grabbing
Elburn.
her, right?
Elburn's giving her like half cover.
She's also
Uh,
prone, so
is she?
Yeah, which would give you disadvantage. Yeah.
Okay, so never mind. Can I? Who's the one that's up still? Sneaky snake.
No, he's dead too. He's unconscious. You can get up to Dava.
Oh, this changes everything. And now I did that dramatic run.
Dakar is already unconscious, and
Dakar's
Dava is
unconscious.
prone underneath Elburn.
Okay, well, I'm gonna. Sorry, Elburn. I'm gonna come up to Elburn, fucking
Real
kick
quick.
him in the ribs off of her.
And
What?
Are you
Oh,
sure?
did you want to do something?
I
Go
have
ahead.
a thing that'll probably kill her.
Then do it. Honestly, I don't want to waste my time.
So, well, why are you trying to get? If you walk up, if you're getting close enough that Elburn's on top of her, you can attack her.
Well, I want to be the one on top of her, and I want to watch her, the life leave her eyes.
Oh, I understand now. I understand. Okay.
Yeah.
Now that
So
I
I want to
understand.
kick him off,
Okay.
take her by the throat, whip out my hand
Elburn.
axe, and do 2 slashes on her.
Elburn, do you resist the movement from Ray?
Is there any way I can move and still hold her down for Ray?
Absolutely not. I'm just kidding. No, of course you can. If
Okay,
if,
great.
if you could move to the side and like still have your hand like almost
just
do a
roll with
180,
her.
almost do a 180, and
Yeah,
now
like
you're
I'm
on.
Yes.
You're holding down her shoulders.
Absolutely. I'm not letting her go at all.
So you can make 2 attacks with advantage, Ray.
I'm so blindly angry that the first one is a 10, which I'm assuming does not hit.
At advantage?
Oh, at advantage? Sorry, no.
Yeah, because she's
Right.
prone.
Well, that is a 24 for the
Hits.
first
Go
one.
ahead and roll the second attack too.
At advantage also.
Yep. Yes, ma'am.
So that was a 13 for
At
the second one.
advantage?
Yeah, I got a natural 1 on the second one.
Okay, so the 13 somehow misses, but
Okay.
but the first one does hit.
So then I'll do 10d6. So that is an 8 slashing damage. And then as a bonus action, unless she's dead, which I don't think she is.
8 damage now.
as a bonus action, behind me, Tiny, also with his wings like this, going runs behind me and just like takes a chomp right on her face.
Yeah, go ahead. Roll it at advantage.
At advantage. I get to use Tiny's attack dice. At advantage. That was a natural 20 on the second.
Okay,
Plus
nice.
6 to hit, so 26 total.
Nice. Roll that D.
D
whatever it is.
6 plus 3.
Roll that D, my man.
Roll that D! Is that what jerkin it is?
Yeah. You just roll it.
5, 6, 7 points of piercing damage and 1 point of lightning damage.
Yeah. She's looking hurt, but she's still alive.
Oh, she will not be.
Was that doubled or was that just normal?
Yeah, was that doubled for the natural 20?
Oh shit! So
Spikes. For me,
sorry.
No, it's so good.
7. Oh wait, what?
It was already
So I
7.
get to do.
It was 7 plus 1 lightning. You roll
7
the
plus 1
dice
lightning.
twice. Any die that you rolled, roll it twice.
Okay, so then I got 7 again, so it's 14 points of piercing damage.
Great.
And 5 points of lightning damage total.
Fantastic. Yeah, no, she is looking rough, but she is still alive.
God damn it. Beautiful.
That's
well,
the
then
end
I'm
of your
gonna just
turn.
fucking...
Avra, at the start of your turn, you take 8 points of poison damage.
I'm unconscious.
Okay.
Oh no.
This is the first time I've gone unconscious in this campaign.
It's not bad.
Oh.
And then I need
congrats.
you. Then in that case, I need you to roll a death saving throw.
Oh.
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 It's not so fun being almost dead. Or dead, because I did die.
Yeah,
Hey, Pharaoh, we
Pharaoh, how you
both
feeling?
I cast Revivify on myself.
Fuck. It's a failure.
Okay. It is now the
Atticus
top
not
of the turn
happy.
order again. Atticus, when it becomes the top of the turn order, you notice the bright orb of light above Pharaoh diminishes to about half of its size, if not
Oh,
a third,
no.
very quickly. But it is still there.
Am I within 30? Like, can I make it to Avra within 30 feet?
Make a perception check.
Who?
22.
You have to
Yes.
say it. You have to.
In the commotion, you do notice that Avra is not with all of you. You look back, you see that 50 feet away from you, she is lying on the ground.
You thought you were gonna kill 2 of us today.
50 feet?
50 feet, just like everybody else. Started her turn 50 feet away.
In that case, I can't do.
Actually, you were on a horse, right, Avra?
Yeah.
Take another failed death saving throw as you hit the ground from falling off the horse.
I'm not prepared to lose Abra. I'm really unprepared.
I
will-
can't.
Can I mount the horse? Like mount my horse?
Oh yeah,
And
for
then
sure,
run
yeah,
over
because
to
it
it?
just ran a little bit past you, so it has a 10 feet of movement. It uses probably 5 to get back to you. You jump onto it, and you can get to Avra for sure.
And then do I still have my action?
Yep.
So then I'll grab Avra's hand and be like, I'm not losing 2 people today. And I will cast Lay on Hands, and you'll get 20 hit points.
Thank you.
Great.
No, you'll get 30. You'll get 30. I'll use the 30.
Oh man.
and then
It
I
is
will-
not only do you feel the energy from your lay on hands leave your body and enter into Avra, but you also feel a huge sense of relief as, you know, in times like this, Atticus feels very helpless, and it's just nice in this one moment to have control over this situation and to save a friend of yours.
And then just as a bonus action, just to make sure you stay upright, I'm going to cast Shield of Faith on you. And you have a +2 to your AC.
Well, thank you.
That's a bonus action, and then I am good.
Yeah, and then that's it for you. All right, Dakar is going to roll a death saving throw.
He can go ahead and die. It's no worries.
How come he gets death saving throws but Pharaoh doesn't?
He gets a
Yeah.
14 because she stabbed him repeatedly. Did you just want me to say that?
Keep stabbing him, guys. Keep stabbing him.
Just stab Zakar all the way home.
Rev, you are currently there, standing above the chaos that is hanging over Deva. I will say that all of you have noticed, by the way, that orb that shrunk down in size.
I do not care. I have to slit the throat.
Elburn, you're on deck.
Pondered some orb. David's still alive, yes, or conscious? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're gonna make her not die.
She's just smiling at Elburn.
Gross.
Oh, she's not gonna. She won't.
Any,
This might be exactly what she wants.
I don't care. Her death is exactly what I want.
Everybody wins.
That's what I love about you, Elburn.
Everybody wins.
I don't really feel that way currently.
Well,
Matt's like already.
Sorry
in
that you've
D&D
just been
Beyond
kind
making a new
of.
character.
Sorry that you've just been kind of chilling, Matt.
It's okay.
Okay.
Don't take watches by yourself.
Yeah.
Yep.
What have we learned today, kids?
The
Yeah,
buddy
yeah,
system.
yeah.
To be honest, I think if anybody would have walked away from their watch, even if there was somebody there because of Kumbaya, it would have been Pharaoh. So, like, I don't even know if that would have
Yeah.
helped him.
I mean, if there was Matt there, I would have made a perception check. But Pharaoh, no way.
play the character. I get it.
It happened during Elburn and Ray's watch. You just hear Kumbaya. And they're like, what the fuck is that?
What you doing, Rev?
I want to cast Detect Thoughts on Deva.
Oh my god.
Ooh,
So
okay.
cerebral.
Do you immediately delve deeper, or do you just cast for the surface first?
Let's go deeper.
Okay.
Yeah.
You immediately. Well, is that what saving throw is that?
That is a.
You know what? She doesn't care. She willingly lets you into her mind.
Oh. Consent
Um,
is everything.
you see, first you push back. Let me just, for my own sake, read the wording of Detect Thoughts.
Yeah,
just
that's
so
what
I
I
know.
was trying to quickly read, and I was like, "This is what I want to do."
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what
yeah.
it does, but
Okay, cool. Yeah.
No,
Yeah. Okay.
oh,
Okay,
I'm
cool.
scared.
So, you initially push past the surface level thoughts of pleasure.
Oh god.
It seems
She's jerking it.
it seems to be that
She's rolling that
she
D.
is
roll the D.
that the pain that she is experiencing is causing her an immense amount of pleasure.
Mhm.
hate
Um,
that. Hate it.
But as you delve
I want a kingpin.
deeper, you hear a voice,
Mhm.
and it is the voice of Davis Sunstride. But it is different. It's softer. And you hear the voice screaming, "Help me! So much pain. Oh, so much pain. I can't make it stop. I can't make it stop. He's so evil. Why is he so evil?" And you, by probing into her mind, you realize that Xavier has an immense amount of control
Mhm.
over Deva Sunstride, and that Deva Sunstride is present within her body but is locked in a cage.
Mhm.
And Xavier is the one controlling her words and her actions. And you also, just because you're detecting her thoughts and they're racing, similar to the dream thing, like knowledge just kind of comes to you. You know that she has had a spell cast upon her that flips the responses of pain and pleasure. Um, and that any amount of pain that she experiences flips the side of her brain that experiences immense pleasure.
Hate it.
And
Yeah.
and
Uncomfortable.
in this quick moment of casting this spell and absorbing her thoughts, that is what you glean. Unless there's something more specific that you're looking for.
Nope. No, that was kind of just like trying to see if there's like a trap laid for us or like a clue.
Okay, yeah. It definitely confirms for you that it is Xavier that sent these two, that he is somehow magically controlling them at a distance. And you also, she's saying over and over again, or thinking over and over again about the medallion and how it was almost ready. You don't necessarily know what that means, but she's just thinking about how the medallion was almost ready over and over again.
Do we? Can I guess like I don't know. Running up on her, there's a lot of stuff going on. Was the medallion like visible on her?
Yep.
Yeah. Is it still?
Yep.
As my bonus action, can I try and take it off her?
Yeah, easily enough. You're able to snap it. And you look at the it is purely a obsidian framed red gem, probably a ruby, with no discerning markings, but there is a very faint glow within the gem itself, and then just a leather strap holding it together.
Very quickly, as like my free action in the mind brain trust, is like I think these people were possessed by Xavier. They're controlling their actions. Not sure that we can do anything for them, but I think it's all tied to the medallion. I think that's about what I could get out.
Totally.
Yeah.
All right, so that is the end of Elburn's turn, or Rev's turn.
Hi, Marcus.
Hey, Marcus.
Hi, Marcus.
That is the end of Rev's turn. Elburn, you are up.
And we really found this out right before I was about to literally incinerate this motherfucker.
Yeah, you still can.
Do it. Do it.
I have to at this point.
So first, I'm going to use at the top of my turn, my grappling damage, the 1d4 bludgeoning damage, since I've got a hold of her still.
Okay.
So that's 2 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, how do you want to do this?
Oh!
Well, I'm really glad you didn't let me go on, because
Just bash her face in.
homie forgot about his burning hands until right before this and was gonna do some shit.
So yeah, you feel,
her
because
right
you
in
still
the eye.
have her strangled, kind of, even though it's from behind. And you feel her as you're strangling, like you feel her conscious fading.
I look at her like dead in the face, and because I saw the sign that said Xavier sends regards or whatever he said, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And I look at her and hoping that beyond hope that like he knows about it. I don't know about obviously the Cage shit. I'm like, I send my regards right back, and I push down and crunch like the neck as I squeeze the life out.
You see a brief flash of pure bliss in her face as you do so, before it contorts into a horrific fear before falling to unconsciousness.
I like I heard kind of what Rev said, but he said it very quickly, and I was already just like, here, I did it. And I think that it's like some fear of just like, oh, that she's gonna die, and she now is like realizing it. And I like stand up, and I look at Rev, and I go, "What did you say?"
Kelfie, what do you do in this very moment?
I am not part of the brain trust, so I and having not double tapped before, I would stomp on this man.
Okay, Ray, what do you do in this very moment?
Well, after witnessing that neck crunch, which is what I was gonna do, my first instinct would be to just jump on Elburn and start making out with
I mean, that's fine if that's what you want to do.
Yep, that's gonna be what.
Okay.
It is.
Avra, what do you do in this very moment?
I run up to Pharaoh.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Jesus Christ, you guys.
Just make it up
Pretty
over
good,
Pharaoh's
pretty
head.
good.
Trying to crush
On
the
top of a
life
dead
out of
body.
somebody over here. Why are you getting up on me? Jesus.
This is our
As you
Leonard.
approach Pharaoh, you see the orb pulsing almost out of existence, and you hear the ringing coming from the orb.
I am not totally sure what I can do, so I'm gonna go up and like grab Pharaoh's hands and like try to like meditate on the orb and see if I can like, they've spoken to me before, maybe they'll show me what to do again.
As you get closer to Pharaoh, the ringing in the orb gets louder.
Okay. Can I touch the orb?
You go over, thank God, and you touch the orb, and the rest of you see Avra just fall to the ground unconscious.
Cool, great.
And the orb blinks out of existence.
Matt has to play as Emily the rest of the time.
A brief moment of silence as wind blows through the camp. And then simultaneously, both Avra and Pharaoh inhale quickly as they both come back to consciousness.
Jesus.
The fuck?
Avra,
guys.
you feel exhausted. You are at the 3rd level of exhaustion.
Ooh.
You're going to
Oh,
want to
boy.
Google what that means.
Okay.
I'm gonna want to Google what that means.
I only have.
I assume that Ray and I break apart for like a second,
Oh yeah. No,
I mean, I
totally.
don't know.
and then like look around and they go, "Oh, thank God, Rev, what did you say?"
Oh shit.
These people that they were possessed by Xavier. I say this out loud.
I figured.
Not in the
Oh.
game
As my
festival
hooves
order.
are smashing into him.
Pharaoh, as you look down, the last thing you remember is you were tied to a tree. But you are now laying in snow, prone. And you reach up and you see the blue robes that you wear. And Avra, even though you've inhaled, you immediately start coughing at the gag that is in your mouth and the blindfold that is over your eyes.
No.
Oh my god.
Atticus rushes over to where Avra was.
You rush over to
I go
Avra.
to
And,
Avra.
yeah, Avra, Pharaoh, you see both Atticus and Kelpie.
Me, man.
You see both Atticus and Kelpie standing above you.
Oh, is Avra alive or conscious?
It sounds like Avra.
Why are you talking
Are
in
you
a third
okay?
person? Did you
Can
hit
I
your
hear
head?
this?
Yes.
I'm gonna just like, ooh.
Somebody untie Pharaoh.
Yeah,
Avra, come on,
I
stand up.
go over and untie. I go and tie it and like, it says like balls on your forehead as I.
Yeah, easily enough you're able to quickly untie Pharaoh. Avra, you feel the gags and the blindfold fall away from your mouth.
Oh my fucking god.
I'm gonna look down at myself.
You see Pharaoh Ganondel's armor.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
What are the logistics of this.
I try to pinch myself, assuming that I cannot possibly be conscious right now.
You like lift up one of your limbs and you're in a lot of pain and really tired. Pharaoh, you're pretty tired too.
I
I'll take
want
a
to.
regular potion of healing and just like, here, Pharaoh.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I would also get out a potion of healing for what I think to be Avra.
Yeah, we'll figure that out
Yeah,
later.
I'll take it.
Just take those out of your inventory.
Great.
Yeah.
Oh God.
And then I'm gonna look over
And
at
you
where.
and you see and both Pharaoh and Avra make eye contact with their bodies staring directly back at them.
Avra, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Answers Pharaoh.
Pharaoh? What? Huh? You guys are. What's happening?
What happened? What you touch the orb and then
You hear
Yeah,
you hear wind whistling and spinning, and you look behind the group to see the similar teleportation effects that Kelpie arrived in your camp happening. And just like the roaring reached its apex and exploded outward in a plume of smoke, it does so again. And you see a very tall, about 8 foot tall, humanoid man with very long pointed ears, long flowing blonde hair with silver spirals webbed up into the hair, gold spirals. His hair is very ornately decorated. He has eyes that are almost slanted at a 45-degree angle, piercing green. Very high angular cheekbones and an angular face. And he appears. Hello, Kelpie. I'm sorry I'm late.
What? I mean, still good timing, but hi.
Hi. I can't stay long. Oh, this is not good.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's something weird happening.
This is the first time that you guys. Okay, all right. Well, it's okay. It's not an
What?
exact. The Great Ones. It's been a long time since they've. And he comes over and he picks you up, Avra Pharaoh, and takes you over to Avra Pharaoh, and he places his hands on both of your foreheads, and his eyes just completely start to lose their pupils and their iris and glow white. And he says, "Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. I'm a friend of Kelpie's. Kelpie, tell him."
Yeah, he's my friend.
Okay, listen to her. And he starts murmuring this incantation in a language that none of you understand. And both of you kind of lose consciousness for but a moment and then immediately reappear, almost as if you had fallen under anesthesia. And you look down, and Avra, you see your familiar blue robes, and Pharaoh, you see your armor underneath you. And then the tall humanoid man leans up and he says, "Again, sorry, I can't stay long. As a matter of fact, I can kind of never do this again because now Xavier knows that I'm here. I just wanted all of you to know that the Great Ones are looking out for you. Their magic isn't perfect sometimes. But they sent me here. They told me that this little mistake happened, so I fixed it. Bye." And he walks away, and the wind starts to twirl, and he's gone.
He's gone. Okay.
You hear a floating voice. "Athede," answers your question as you.
Oh.
Oh yeah, that's a. Ivor, are you okay? Are you?
Yeah,
Were you not you? What's
yeah.
happening?
I don't know. I'm
That
good
was
now.
stressful.
I think I'm this seems like me now.
Well,
Were
you're
you-
answering in your own body instead of over there, so I.
That's a
assuming-
good
Pharaoh?
indication.
Yeah.
Pharaoh!
Oh, hey guys.
Yeah, you're back. You're alive.
Yeah, you want to talk about it, Avra, or?
No.
Yeah, no, we don't need to talk about him.
Maybe eventually. I'm not really ready
Yeah.
yet.
That's fair. That's fair.
Can we get that
Too soon.
mark off your forehead there, Pharaoh?
Oh no.
You're just spreading
You
blood on
move it
your
aside
face.
and you see. I mean, you move some of the blood aside, but the cuts are still there.
Can I read it now that I'm like a little closer to it and like get a better look at it?
Yes. It says, "May the ugliness of this scar match the ugliness of your heart."
Oh.
How big?
Let's
is
just
on
make
his
it pretty.
forehead?
It just
Well,
looks.
it should
It
be
just looks like
beautiful.
3 elvish lines on his forehead.
It's like a symbol that means that.
Yeah.
Okay. Imagine
What's-
just like
Just like tiny text, the novel going down.
As a matter of fact, it is quite strange. Usually, with the amount of lay on hands and the healing potion that would be pumped into Pharaoh, those marks would have at least healed up a little bit faster than that.
Would I, like, just looking at it, would I know that that's like a cursed wound kind of thing, or would I have to roll for that?
You can attempt to roll for it. What are
Okay, I
what,
guess.
roll an Arcana check, I guess.
Yeah.
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 24.
You know that is a cursed language, and that ancient Elvish dialect is often used in curses. You don't necessarily specifically know anything about this, but you can safely assume that somehow he's been cursed.
Yeah, while looking at Pharaoh, I just kind of go, this is I relate that information. I go, we should probably go to somebody like I don't know, like an exorcist or something.
He has a ghost inside him?
No, this is a curse. This is the
curse.
curse language. It's a curse on his head.
Well, can you?
Which
Can't-
might, I don't know, it might come up. I'm trying to not have theories that Evan has and have only theories that Elburn would have.
Can we like dispel it like you guys did when I was turning into a frog? Or did I just take off the necklace?
I can remove it tomorrow.
Maybe.
Theoretically,
okay.
I can try to anyway.
The ugliness of my
but
heart.
maybe start picking out hats, bud.
Maybe you can grow some bangs.
Those are in fashion.
No, they're
Pharaoh!
not. Don't lie to him.
Pharaoh, I was so afraid that we had lost you.
Wait, don't we have that
Oh, thank
potion that
you.
makes the hair grow?
You do, yeah.
That seems like a temporary solution.
I think
Well,
I think
tomorrow,
I can try to
yeah.
do it tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay.
Elliot,
Can we get moving? Should we get out of this area?
No, I can't do anything. I'm just glad Pharaoh's alive.
Can
Thank
you
you, Elliot.
Buddy.
heal this? Can you heal the curse on his head?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I'm a fucking fairy, dude.
Oh my god.
Oh, then I was just curious as to why the fuck you were chiming in then. I'm sorry, that's on me.
What the
He's just
fuck can you
happy to
do,
see-
Albert?
I said that I was
Pharaoh,
happy to
Albert.
see Pharaoh. What is your deal,
Hey,
my man?
this is not the time for this, you guys.
Sorry. I'm sorry. You're right. I'm sorry.
I do think we
Um,
should keep moving for a little while.
You gotta
Also
stop
that-
sit. You gotta stop sitting on branches. Stick up, my man.
I know. Hold on.
Wow.
I know. I'm just
Also-
holding my hand out like to shake his hand, but it's like half-hearted.
He spits on it. I know. No.
Oh, no.
He's a celestial.
No, he shakes your hand.
Sorry.
Also, everybody, that was a Theed. He's the one
Oh,
that I told you
I
guys
like
about.
him.
So
Pharaoh, Elburn, and Avra make history checks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, I've been rolling real good today. 19.
11.
10, and I have a +8. That sucks, man.
Okie dokie.
that was
Show
a
you
That was a
Theed.
19?
20 DC, my man.
Ooh.
Wow.
God
You
damn.
guys- do you all think that I have an ugliness in my heart?
Like the least.
You have the
ugliness in your
nicest heart I've
I
ever
think your
seen.
heart is
Yeah.
about the purest of all of us.
As you
I
say
can't-
that,
I can't
Pharaoh,
You've been cursed.
as you say that, you do feel a coldness in you.
Oh fuck.
Can
Oh,
I have
fuck.
Elliot as a sprite use heart sight on?
Ooh, what's heart sight? Yes, he
the
does have
sprite touches
sprite.
a creature and magically knows the creature's current emotional state, and it can, with a DC Charisma saving throw, Matt could resist it, but if he fails, he also knows the creature's alignment.
Cool. I'm assuming you don't resist, knowing
Law
Pharaoh.
of evil.
Do I get the feeling that I know what this is going to do to me? Like,
No, as far as you know, Elliot's just coming up and touching you.
okay, yeah, I would just let it happen.
First of all, Elliot tells you that Pharaoh is scared and sad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And he tells you that while he can't think of anyone who's more genuinely good than Pharaoh, there is something very dark in his existence.
Was Pharaoh imbued with seasonal depression?
I go
It's
up
so
and
dark out.
I hug Pharaoh.
I just kind of
Cast
stand there.
hug on Pharaoh.
Yeah, I cast hug.
A level 3 hug.
No.
Oh right, well I guess we should all go.
Oh.
I
Pharaoh, do you want to message
I mean, we can
Drigo,
also-
tell him what happened?
Maybe tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
I'm pretty sure
was
this is
really-
like the third strike. I feel like.
I'm sad for
That was
Pharaoh.
really brave what you did, bro. That was you
Yeah.
without any hesitation jumped up there
Yeah.
and high-fived the orb.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like we only had a matter of time to save Pharaoh, so
Yeah.
did what I had to do. It was really weird for a minute, though.
yeah, that sounds really weird.
All of you hear Pharaoh call Kelpie a spoiled brat.
Just now?
Yeah.
I stop the hug and there's like, whoa.
Wait, what did Kelpie do?
I don't know.
Pharaoh, what's going on?
That's
Not
not.
fucking-
Pharaoh, you didn't, as far as you know, you didn't say, they're all, like, you heard nothing. They're just reacting to you in a weird way right now.
Yeah, I know it's kind of weird because I was just dead or whatever. So obviously you guys, I don't know.
No, you
I'll-
just called Kelpie a spoiled brat. We just got Kelpie back. What's going on?
So glad we didn't lose you. As Pharaoh is talking to you guys, Pharaoh, in your mind, you are saying what you are saying. The rest of you just hear Pharaoh insulting you.
I know this isn't the real Pharaoh. I know this isn't the real Pharaoh. Just like putting my hands up, just, like covering my ears.
I take it all in and
I
like
just
kind of
keep
half
hugging him
smile.
tighter. Like, no, shh.
He says that you smell really bad and that Elliot deserves a better dab.
Oh my god!
I look
What's
to the
happening?
group. I look to the group and I just go, yeah. I think we're all clear. There's no like. I'll coin it a wisdom saving throw that anybody here needs to make. That's not fucking Pharaoh. Those words need to go off.
You
as
son of a
Pharaoh.
bitch! And I'll just
I just.
yeah. I mean, Pharaoh would never say anything like
Does
that.
anyone
Not
have
really.
something
Pharaoh,
that could
like, you're so
stop
confused
this?
as to why they're freaking out right now.
I think this reinforces the fact that I think that I do in fact have a heart.
This was a good
Not-
curse
Heart of
to cast
darkness.
on Pharaoh.
I will
Everything's
bad.
gonna be okay.
try to
Depending on you.
dispel magic. I don't think it's gonna work, but I'll try to dispel
Might
magic.
as well. Something's happening.
Maybe if we
You
use
tried-
the
you tried
universal
to cast
solvent
dispel
on his
magic?
forehead.
I do, yeah.
You point at Pharaoh and you cast Dispel Magic, and Pharaoh, without missing a beat, looks at you and says, "I'm so glad your father never knew you."
Oh my god!
Damn, that's a deep curse.
Pharaoh.
That is a deep.
I'm
deep
gonna
curse.
gag Pharaoh.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Entangle to like tie up his arms and legs so we can like throw him on the back of a horse and just like get him to where he
This
needs
stuff
to be.
just doesn't need to be said.
I just need a long rest and then I can fix this. I think you
For
guys.
sure.
Hey.
Pharaoh-
Maybe.
Pharaoh will understand. If anybody will understand, it's fair.
Pharaoh, do you fight them?
No. I start crying.
While I'm doing it, I'm saying we love you. We love you so
I
much,
don't-
Pharaoh.
What is
We love you.
happening?
I look over at Kelpie and I go, I mean, this is clear that he's cursed. Like something is cursed within him to make
Yeah.
pretty
I
shit.
mean, I
so, like,
did- Only you would say things like this, so.
I like take it on the chin and I go, Got some
Yeah,
added
it's-
to the Feywild, huh?
Well, I am a teenager now. So.
I look at Kelpie and I go like,
I do that respectful Robert Redford nod, the one where he's sitting there just.
As you all, I don't know, what do you do? Head back to camp? Is that where you go? Is that where you're? What are you doing?
I mean, we have to set up, probably.
need to
Continue
get-
on.
Is it still nighttime?
To our
What?
No, it's
What-
like
It's
like
during the day.
10 a.m., 11 a.m. right now.
Okay, that's what I
I
figured.
think we
Uh,
just
I know.
continue
We also
on.
left all our camp stuff back at camp. So
That's
Yeah.
true, you did.
Should probably go back to camp and then.
So you go and you pack up camp and you continue on.
Yeah.
So that's what you guys do, and that's where we'll leave off after you guys,
Jesus.
as you guys pack up camp and continue to travel on, from Pharaoh's bound mouth, even though he doesn't know it. You just hear a very soft.
Mm-mm.
And we will pick up
That's
there
normal.
next.
It's normal.
We'll pick up there next week. Intense session. Glad you guys were able to
my
help
God.
Pharaoh. I before we started the combat, I was like, they have 2 rounds. They have 2 rounds to touch the orb, and if they don't, Pharaoh dies. And you guys waited until the end of the second round, the last person in the initiative order. So kind of close, but you did it. I would, just so you know, Eric, I would never take away someone's death saving throws without giving them more, of a chance. So next week we are back full force. Eric Atticus is going to have to leave us just a little bit early. But that's okay.
Kill him.
And then the week after that, we have another full session. So 2 more full sessions come right back at you. We're going to pick up right here. Yeah, turns out Xavier Synax has some dark he's dark. He's a dark guy.
We're not in Dragonland
You could
anymore.
you could say he's a rogue because he definitely does it in the dark. So
Oh.
Hey!
Hey! Shout out,
No.
Brian. Okay, so thank you all for joining us so much. We'll see you next week. And as always, everybody say bye.
Bye.